my god. I am no longer mute. Wow. Ah. Thank you so much for letting me know. Well, do I run it back from the top? Welcome, scholars. Thank you, everyone. Hi and welcome. Hi, Lay. Hi, Nimby. Hi, King. Thank you for letting me know I was muted because that was very important. So welcome. It's Wednesday, and if you're in a different country or if you're in a different timeline, wherever you are, you're here right now, and that's all that matters. So thank you for being here, and yay, we are here. Yes, so today we have a slightly different workout. Still a workout and still beginner friendly, but a little bit of modifications have been made. You know, I am very grateful that you actually called it out though, because that's so important. It really is. That's so important, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. That is awesome. Thank you for calling. I think I would have gone like full throttle and not known, because there's just so many things going on, and for my brain, the thing is, I have a lot of topics on my mind. Hey Cardstack, what's up? Welcome in. Hi. It is Wednesday, unless you're in the future or a different timeline altogether, in which case it's a day. Okay, so where do we want to start? From the beginning. The workout routine today has been modified. There's gonna be less of a cooldown. Like, there's not gonna be a cycling cooldown. I'm just gonna stretch for, you know, a few minutes. And then, yeah, today is the last day of this beginner workout routine. It's treated me so well, and I'm so glad that I was able to share this routine with you for 14 days, 2 weeks. Granted, the frequency of the workout routine was once a week, and it's been stretched out for a few months, and I've given myself a lot of time to recover during the week, handling other things, and it's been really good. And I'm hoping to continue with workout routines on Wednesdays, but it'll be a little different. So I'm still kind of figuring it out, but next Wednesday will be the day that that new workout routine is going to be implemented. So it's going to be a little rough. So for anyone out there who has been working out, wants to try something new, is just tuning in to have some kind of background noise, that's cool too, whatever. Awesome. Maybe this kind of inspires you to try something different. Today, I'm going to be testing for next week's stream, since I'm basically complete with this beginner workout. I will be testing towards the end the squats. So at the bottom, right there, we'll be testing squats. I'm still figuring out what's a good amount of squats per set. I think it's going to be a good idea to continue breaking things into sets. But I don't know. I could also just like attempt to do all 100 all in one go. I haven't decided yet. Maybe that's something y'all can vote on today. That is possible. I actually started a Q&A. This is the first time I've ever started a Q&A on YouTube. I'm not even sure how it works, but it's there, and it should be, I don't know how it is for like a user, but if you have any questions, you can try to send them there. I don't know how it works. We'll see if it even does anything. And apparently there is also a feature that would allow me to start a poll. So all this time I could have used a poll to make decisions rather than trying to figure everything out all on my own, all in my noggin, all in my brain. Something to utilize hopefully in the future. Maybe in just a moment. We'll see. Yeah, so this is today's beginner workout. We're gonna warm up. We're gonna, the funny thing is I could have omitted the push-ups today, but nah. What I did was I added extra reps. It was just 10 push-ups, but I'm going for 15 because I need to build up. I need to build up for next week. So I'm gonna push myself to do push-ups. No pun intended, because push-ups. As you guys know, I don't like push-ups, but I know I'm building a lot of muscle, and it'll only get better and easier for me as I train and do the push-ups. So this will be good, and it'll be a good practice. And then I'm gonna be focusing on planks today, mostly. There's a progress sheet that is here, and it's calculating from day 1 to last week, so it doesn't include today's progress. So day 1 to day 13. This has been our progress in 14 days of working out, right? 1 workout per week over a span of a few months. I was able to accomplish 6 hours and 5 minutes of cycling. Woo! That's pretty cool. And then our goal for the redeems was 3 hours and 15 minutes. So we totally hit that one. Pretty awesome. So as you can see, we're a little behind on planks, hence why today I'm going to be focusing on planks. I'm going to top it off nice and neat, since currently I have completed 26 minutes and 25 seconds out of 30 minutes of planks. Yeah. I'll do, the usual 1 minute per plank 3 times, right? 3 sets. And then I'll throw in an extra 35 seconds just so that we can, get that 30 minutes of plank completed today. So I can't slack today. There's no slacking. I have to focus. I have to commit. There's no stalling. I can't stall this. I must complete the planks. I'm prepared. And yeah, really cool thing. And this is kind of why I took out the sit-ups for today, because push-ups we're really good on push-ups. We've completed 360 push-ups in the 14 days I've been working out, streaming with you guys, and documenting my process and as much as possible out of 225. So for the charity, y'all redeemed a total of 225, but I went above and beyond. Maybe this is good. This is interest. I'm giving you guys interest because I'm late. I'm very late. I understand that I had a lot of technical difficulties, health complications that really delayed the process of me being able to give out the redeems from the charity. So my motto is better late than never. So I am delivering. Woo! So yeah, push-ups, not bad. Sit-ups I thought was quite impressive. It's almost 2 times the amount, a little less, but 600 sit-ups. I think for the beginner workout I was doing 20 repetitions, and that counts as 1 set. So I was doing 3 sets of 20. So yeah, that adds up. I don't know if this is encouraging or inspiring for anyone out there who, needs to see some kind of metric or progress of their process. Or, maybe you don't need it. You're just like, lift heavy weights, get strong, protein, don't skip leg day, donezo. But for me, it is actually very motivating to see this kind of accomplishment. And yeah, I think sometimes we just need this. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I was really surprised, honestly. I thought 30 minutes of plank seemed really wild, because in my brain I was thinking you only hold a plank for like a few seconds, you know, like you only hold it at most maybe a minute or two, maybe. So I was thinking, how am I gonna be able to, you know, complete 30 minutes of plank? So I got really lucky, and you know, today is the final stretch. I'm actually really lucky towards the end that due to someone in the community recommended, you know, giving me that nudge that I really needed to, like, hey, you know, try to extend your planks a little bit, you know, for a little bit longer, because I was doing planks for 40 seconds and I was really comfortable. I was very content. I'm like, this is good, and I wasn't even thinking about the end or the outcome. But towards the end, maybe, I don't know when I started doing the planks for a whole minute, like 60 seconds, that really helped bring up the progress, the amount. So thank you, community members, scholars, viewers, good doers of the internet and the world. I don't know if they still call them good Samaritans, or whatever person out there with good common sense and the will to, you know, express their opinion and say, hey, do a little more. But it worked. In that case, it worked. So yep, I think we'll be able to make it. Yeah, 600 sit-ups is, you know, when you look at it this way, sure, but it has been over a span of what, about 2 weeks, honestly. So yeah, it feels good. And maybe this inspires others to, you know, think about ways to stay motivated, whether it's documenting, logging, journaling, bullet journaling, or just keeping a mental note like, hey, you know, I went to the gym last week, today I can do that as well. Or, you know, I can't make it this week, I'll just kind of make up for it and go 2 times this week. However it fits your schedule and your life. These are ways that are like a healthy mindset. I know it almost seems kind of weird that I have to talk about it like this, but when I think about mental health and I'm thinking about like what I faced, like some of my mental barriers that prevented me from maybe wanting to do something that was good for my health or good for my mind, you know, making up excuses or being really harsh on myself when I you know, missed a day, and then it spirals because you're like, oh well, I missed it, I ruined my streak, you know. There were some setbacks. There was a day where I got sick and I couldn't stream, and you know, I think an example of what giving grace looks like is not being hard on yourself. So more on that later. But yeah, so you know, if you mess up your routine, you didn't go 1 week, you know, try again next week. Maybe do a few more, do an extra set, you know, to make up for last week or something. You know, just be water, be flexible. So that's kind of like the perspective, the mindset. You know, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, so we did good. Yay! Good job, everyone. Got a lot of support, got a lot of feedback. It would have been kind of, how do you say, a little more challenging if I didn't have some pretty good conversations to keep me going. But yeah, I did stall a lot though in doing some of my sets, but it is what it is, right? I guess that's that. I don't know if there's any questions about the workout routine. Oh, another good update is I was able to go back to the VODs. So from workout day number 10, 11, 12, and I believe 13, those 3 VODs have been updated. So the timestamps should be accurate and should kind of bring you to where I did, you know, certain actions. In case you guys want the receipts, you know, like I totally get it. Like, did Poette really, you know, did they cheat did they cheat us of our money from the charity? Absolutely not. And I think I made it a point to go back and timestamp everything. I also realized there was one stream where I don't know, I just like blinked and I just kind of like wrapped up the stream early. I didn't even do cooldowns, and I realized, I was like, what? Did I not complete my workout? I don't know what happened that day. And I was like listening to myself. I was like, yo, I just kind of breezed through it. I don't know, like I don't know what came over me, but I think I was tired and I didn't realize it. I think I was a little gassed that day, you know, not enough calories. But today I made it a point to carb up. I had some fried rice, and that was earlier in the afternoon, around what, like 1? And then like around 3 o'clock I had a banana. Bananas are really good. And for next week's workout, my goal is to try to eat a banana like every day for the workout, before the workout stream, for the One Punch Man workout. I was like reading different articles and suggestions on how to do the One Punch Man workout, and someone suggested eat a banana. and bananas are great. A lot of potassium. It's just kind of like a quick energy booster, a great snack, and lots of I guess like you could say like there's fiber. It's a fruit, obviously, and yeah, so that is my goal. I hope I can incorporate a banana every time before I do the One Punch Man workout, which will be modified, by the way. I want to keep expectations relatively realistic and not over the top delusional, which will help keep everyone grounded. It is, yeah. It is best to eat definitely before your workout. Like, you don't want to eat too close to your workout. Like, if you eat a full meal, you're gonna feel nauseous. You're gonna feel that in your stomach. Definitely, I was keeping in mind, you know. And if anyone who works out, you probably have this, you know, down to a T. You probably already have your routine set. And this is just kind of me, like, verbalizing kind of the thinking, the things I have to do to prep, and maybe it's relatable. You're like, oh yeah, you know, every time I before I go to the gym, I make sure I do these things and make sure that like I'm good. I have my water bottle, my protein shake, whatever, my snack after, my post-workout treat, whatever it is, like your what is it, protein bar or granola bar, whatever snack to kind of curb that hunger, because you know, after you work out, you might be feeling hungry, which is good. You did a good workout, so you should treat yourself. So that's kind of what I've been planning. So yeah, that is my goal. So maybe for the One Punch Man workout, the check-in question will be, did you eat your banana? did everyone have their banana in some form? And for the days that I don't eat a banana before my workout, I'll have to like eat it after my workout or something, because potassium is just great. No one go bananas. So that's gonna be nice. That'll be interesting. Yeah, nutrition's really important when considering like your health and your workouts and your gains. So I guess what I can do now is we can stretch. There'll be a 5-minute stretch, so the timer is right here. We're gonna do our 5-minute stretching, and if you've already stretched, cool. If you don't want to stretch, you don't have to. If anyone wants to stretch in the comfort of wherever they are, if it's available, it doesn't have to be crazy. You don't gotta be doing no like yoga poses or nothing, you know, out in the parking lot of some supermarket. Like if you're sitting and you know you're not operating machinery, I don't know, you can just stretch, you know, whether that's checking in with yourself, seeing like, hey, how is my jaw? Like, where is it? Like, am I clenching my jaw? You know, how's my neck? How's my shoulder? This is called like a body check and a body scan. It's like a really quick body scan. A real body scan is where you're like really calm, you know, in a quiet environment usually, or just, you know, maybe sitting on a bench at a park, and you're listening to the sounds around you, the birds, the people walking by, the animals, you know, if there's water from a fountain. the wind, and you're just taking a moment to really notice, tune into your senses and ground into what's around you, and then taking deep, slow breaths and kind of like regulating your breathing and really grounding yourself. This is a really good grounding technique, especially when you're stressed or overwhelmed or even overstimulated, like in terms of sound or sensations, if it's too loud, if it's too, if you're feeling a little stressed. And yeah, I like to incorporate checking in with the senses and doing a body scan while stretching. So one of the stretches that I do is I bring my ankle to my other thigh, and then I just kind of give it a nice little push, like push down on the knee, and it gives like this really good stretch along the thigh. Yeah, and then it kind of opens up the muscles and warms it up, you know, allows blood and oxygen to flow. And yeah, I noticed that earlier today, you know, sometimes we don't even realize we have some kind of, we're holding tension in our body somewhere. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We don't always notice it until maybe it really hurts, or at the end of the day when you're winding down, you know, after your shower or whatever, and you're like, wow, I'm feeling some tension here. When did that happen? Or maybe we don't even realize it until it just hurts. It's like it's a painful experience, and we're like, what? And then the doctor's gonna ask you, how long has this been going on for? When did you experience this? And you're like, I don't know, it was just there. I just realized it yesterday or whatever. But maybe it's been there for quite a while and we don't realize this. I actually had a discussion. I have really, really good discussions with my chiropractor. She's so knowledgeable and very not medical, but very warm and very personable, but just so smart. I love to pick her brain. And so she was describing something to me through a metaphor, which is very relatable. It's like, her example was, in the morning you wake up and you put on your socks, right? And then you feel your foot feels the sock, and you feel it. But then throughout the day you forget that you're wearing socks. Like, you don't feel your socks as much anymore, and it has to do with like the brain. Like it takes in that information. Okay, sock is now on the foot, and then because it's a constant, it'll just kind of like, it'll forget about it and focus on the information that is more quote unquote important. So it's more like it's kind of like putting tabs, like minimizing browser tabs, and then like you're only focusing on the browser tab that's like in front of you. So that's kind of like our brain as well. And she said that some of the work that she does as a chiropractor is like, what can happen is like the sock during the day will get like wrinkly, and you won't realize it, but your body knows. Like, but it's not in the forefront, it's still running in the back of your mind. And so the chiropractor, you know, when they're adjusting you, they you are like the sock, and the muscle is like the sock, and so they're looking for these like changes that have happened in your body, and so they'll address it. So basically they're smoothing out the sock. So it was a really interesting way that she described it, and obviously she probably articulated it in a way that was so much better than mine. And you know, there was context. I asked her like 3, 4, 5 questions, and it was great hearing from, you know, someone who studies, you know, basically the human body, the muscle groups, the nervous system. She has a very holistic approach to her practice, which I really appreciate. So yeah, very, very cool. Yep, so that was our 5-minute stretch. I was able to kind of stretch along the thigh, the hip, and yeah, I think I'm good. At any point, you can always stretch your ankles, kind of do some wrist rotations, check in with your neck. I will say that I have a bit of tension on my On my shoulder again, that's an ongoing issue that I'm being treated for or getting treatment for. And it's just good to note, right? It's good to note. Like finding solutions. I'm not the type of person who likes to live with chronic pain or quote unquote deal with things like just deal with it, you know. You're stretching your arms. That's good, yeah. Oh, really quick, trigger points in our body. It's so fascinating. I almost signed up, like I almost wanted to learn more about and maybe even be like a massage therapist. Yeah, I went through a phase because I was feeling so much like pain in my body, and I went to like a massage therapist to try to help alleviate some of this pain. And this young person, this young girl, like they just like I think graduated from like a massage therapy school, and like they were telling me about trigger points, and then she was telling me like trigger points along the arm, so from your forearm, from your elbow to your wrist. And she, you know, because she was it was a massage session, and she was showing me like, oh, there's trigger points along our forearms that we don't realize, and that affects the rest of our body. So the trigger points in our forearm will affect like our shoulder and our neck. And so if you're feeling like tension in your neck, it could also be affected by the muscle that's tense in your forearm. So it was really cool. And I deep dived a little bit, but then because of the medical terms and how you have to learn like anatomy and muscle groups, I was like, oh my god, my brain won't be able to, like, that's just not where my area of like, where is it, like comfort is. I'm more like creative and you know, creative thinking, abstract thinking, philosophy, maybe that area, that domain of thinking. Whereas like this is like science, medical, and like big words, Latin, and that's always been a very demotivating part of like learning medical, but it's still interesting. And so yeah, if you work in front of a computer a lot, or you know, you're typing all day, there's probably going to be some muscle groups that are, you know, pretty stiff, unless you balance out and work out and are aware of it. But that's what I wanted to say for that. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you're stretching. Okay, so I'm good. Just doing a little bit more stretching as well here as I'm yapping. So today's warm-up's gonna be 10 minutes instead of the usual, like 15? I do usually like to give myself a little bit more time to warm up, but I think 10 minutes should be pretty good, because we're not doing anything too crazy today, so I think it should be okay. So we're gonna bring out our friend, our companion in the gym, our gym buddy Poe, and they will be joining us soon. Give me a second. Where'd they go? Aha! There you are, running along, doing the cardio. So because I don't have the like a stationary bike asset, we have to use our imagination, and cardio is cardio. It's cardio is cardio. So if you want to do some cardio, if you maybe if it's safe, you want to like walk around the block, maybe there's a park nearby and you have some cellular data, or maybe in your house or wherever you live, or you know, building, there's like a, you know, free resource like a gym, a little gym with I don't know, a treadmill, stationary bike, an ellipsis thingy where you like you're just full body movement. That's actually really difficult. The ellipsis machine, the thing where you like your arms are like almost like punching forward, alternating. That one takes some balance, I'm noticing. It's not as easy. Stair machine is also kind of a challenge. You think it's easy, but it gets to you. The burn is a slow burn, and you feel it in your calves usually the next day. Maybe, depends. I usually feel it in my calves. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some cardio. But before that, I kind of wanted to check in really quick and ask some folks what topics they were curious to chat about today. You're gonna do jump rope. Oh, jump roping is so good though. Jump roping is so good. Coordination. That's pretty cool. So something I wanted to bring up was I was really scatterbrained earlier today, and I realized that my definition of what's it called? Intrusive thoughts is a little different from maybe how other people experience it. My intrusive thoughts are like questions and topics and things I want to learn, and it just like it attacks my brain and I don't know what to do, and then it leads to like paralysis, and I'm like I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do nothing. But I did just make a list, like a visual of some of the things that were on my mind that came to mind recently in the past few days, and I'm not sure if we'll talk about it today. Maybe we can. Maybe you guys can let me know, hey, this number I don't know, number 6 or number 5 is an interesting topic. I will say the topics that I've listed here on the screen, let me just move. I'm sorry, but the Jimbly Po's gonna have to run away. Just put Jimbuddy Po there. I'm gonna scoot over yonder here. Haha. But yeah, so these are some of the topics that just run rampant in my mind until I just tell myself to put it aside, put it on the back burner. These are really interesting topics. It's like positive. It's not negative. These aren't necessarily like bad topics. They're interesting topics. Like I want to figure it out. So yeah, and more recently, just really quick, going down the list, if there's anything that jumps out at you, let me know, and maybe I can try to talk about what I do know about it, or where I'm standing as I'm like navigating my thoughts on all these topics. But number one is there was like a news article I read, and it was about this new variant of COVID-19 called cicada, and how we're still in the pandemic, but it doesn't feel like it because it's not a lockdown. And I was really surprised. I was like, wow. So that was interesting. I don't know if anyone's following up with that or not. So that was one topic. Another thing that came up this week was AI psychosis. Crazy, right? You did hear about the new variant? Yeah, I'm sure like folks might hear about it, or maybe it's happening in their area. But I'll just kind of quickly go down this list really quick, and then yeah, let me know what seems interesting, and then I'll hop on the stationary bike and get cycling. Not sure it's gonna be serious. Yeah, it's only serious is because it's mutating, and the latest vaccine doesn't like give you immunity to it or fight it yet. I don't know. It's because it keeps mutating. The strands are getting like are able to like I guess the word is like bypass the vaccine, right? So I don't know how all the science works. But it's interesting because like they're saying, oh, we don't have the latest vaccine isn't up to date for the cicada variant. So I was like, shoot, have we just chosen item number 1? So should I just start cycling now? I guess I should do that because this is dangerous. I'll just sit here talking about this indefinitely. Okay, let me just I guess we'll just go over all of the questions, all of the topics. Or if there's a topic that you want to talk about, that is also... Where I'm trying to look for something. Okay. Alright, actually I am going to start the clock and do some cardio. Give me a second. Let me just make sure that everything is good. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. What's going on? Oh, okay, there we go. I'm just making sure I have everything set up. Whee! So that was something that's been on my mind is after reading that, I was like, oh, all right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that was one topic that floated in my mind. And then I don't know if any of y'all have been keeping up with the news in terms of technology, but AI psychosis. There's a YouTuber named ChubbyEmu, and he's like a medical worker, like he works in medical field, and he reports on cases that, you know, have been reported, or, you know, he deep dives into like what's going on. He gets into the science. I love that he breaks it down in a very technical medical way, in a very science, like you have to know your chemistry and your science, and it's pretty interesting. And I guess there was one case he talked about where there's this person, you know, went to the was admitted to the ER because of, you know, like basically it was like psychosis, like he couldn't really tell what was real anymore, and it was because he had been talking to AI. And it's actually really interesting. I'm not sure if you guys want to talk about it right now. I could get into a little bit of it based off of what I've found, but if not, I'll just go down the list. It's like the AI is trained to agree with you so hard that it convinces you that you like found the cure for cancer, and you actually believe it. That's what's really trippy. And I talked about it in a previous stream with you guys, and it's like Ghost in the Shell, the scene where the guy is his cyber brain is hacked basically, and he's given false memories, and he lives his life with these false memories until, you know, the police or whatever catch him, and then they investigate, and they're like, you know, like your brain has been hacked and we're not sure we can get your memories back again. It's kind of sad. It's digital gaslighting, yeah, for sure. Kind of is though, really scary. But so that was on my mind. I guess there's more to be said about it and figure out. This is just kind of where I'm at. I have no opinions. It's just scary, and like, man, what's the solution? Like, I guess maybe this almost gave me a perception, like a perspective of like, I actually appreciate when people are able to be constructive. Like, you can disagree, just don't be mean about it, and I think it's totally acceptable. I think it's totally reasonable. And then the skill of being able to receive correction. Like there's like a teacher somewhere, I forgot what state it was in, but she corrected one of like a student's paper, and then the student like sued her because she said that her paper was like perfectly fine, and the teacher was like, but it's not, and you can't cite the Bible as a reference source. And so that was like the issue, and I was like, oh my god. So I guess that there is a bit of a skill that needs to be developed regarding receiving constructive criticism, or any criticism, right? Like, because we get really we can get really defensive because it feels like a personal attack to like our character, as opposed to like the action, behavior, or material. But you know, so that's something that's still I'm looking into, and I think I mention it later in like 7, 8, and 9. But anyways, number 3 is interesting. It's like, I think the topics after item number 2, it's all about like mental health and like relationship, interpersonal relationships, and interacting and socializing. And I think like it's really interesting how there's like this loneliness epidemic, or pandemic, or whatever epidemic. I don't know. I guess I see it. I see it, and then I also like question it as well. So I'm kind of like I'm still figuring it out, right? So yeah, a boundary. I had to revisit, and I actually had the wrong definition of what a boundary was, and that was really interesting. So I might circle back and share something about it, just because I think it's really interesting. Not sure if it's interesting for other people, but in the context of like what is it? Interpersonal relationships. It is related to mental health because how you manage your relationships and how you manage your own emotions and your thoughts. It goes with like your wellness, right? If you have like healthy and good relationships, then you're generally pretty good, right? But if you have like toxic relationships, like interactions with colleagues, friends, family, and then it can affect you little bit by little bit, and that obviously affects you, your health and your well-being. Yeah, and then I wanted to kind of, for number 4 and 5, let you guys know that recently I went to some workshops that were for free, and I was really surprised how good they were. I really liked them, and I'm usually pretty picky. I had no expectations going in, but so there was a stress management workshop, and I'll probably talk about it every week as I'm attending these free workshops. It's a series of 6 free workshops once a week, and I thought it was great. I was like, it's very reaffirming. So basically what they talk about is like how to recognize your stress and ways you can recognize your stress, and also what to do about it, like attempts, like setting the intention to like, hey, when I feel myself feeling a certain way, these are some things I can actually do to de-escalate or, redirect my stress. So hopefully I'll be able to share that with you guys at some point if that's something you find helpful or would like to hear about. In that workshop regarding stress management, the facilitator, what did she do? She led a breathing exercise, and maybe you guys have heard it before, maybe you guys have applied this in your life, maybe you never heard of it, but it's called box breathing, BOX breathing. And with box breathing, there's so many different variations and forms. Like you can do it any way you want, like any kind of arrangement, but essentially it's you imagine like a box, and you inhale for like a count of 4. Again, you can change it up. You can inhale for a count of 6. I've seen people inhale for a count of 8, but whatever. You inhale for a certain number of seconds. Person will count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And then you hold it, and you hold it for the same amount of seconds, which is like, again, maybe 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You hold it, and then you breathe out for the same amount of seconds, and then you hold it again. After you breathe out, you hold all that air that's been released, you're holding for a few seconds, and then you're taking a deep breath in for the same count. And it's supposed to follow the periphery or the outline of a box, of a square, or yeah, so that's why it's called box breathing, or whatever you want to call it, square breathing. You're breathing intentionally. It's actually an intentional breathing, and your focus is supposed to be on your breath. You can have moments where you have thoughts come up while you're doing this, breathing to try to relax and reset. Essentially what you're doing is you're resetting your nervous system. I get sympathetic and parasympathetic. I get those two systems, those nervous systems mixed up, but you're just trying to shift from like one nervous system to another. I think you're trying to go parasympathetic. I don't remember. Again, if this was like on a quiz, I'd totally get those two definitions mixed up. I should probably spend more time and commit to memory the difference between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. But breathing helps with that. And let's see, we also learned about I was reminded of hypo and hyper arousal in terms of your nervous system. So yeah, it was really interesting. It was like a refresher for me, so it's good. I like being reinforced of some of the knowledge that exists with the current research. I mean, this is kind of going off of like Western research, so I mean it kind of has some foundation. It does feel very mechanical learning it like this, but it is what it is. So yeah, so that was a stress management workshop. Holistic health workshop was also really good. And that was 10 minutes of cycling. Woo. So we're nice and warmed up. So yeah, I learned about cultural introductions, which was new to me, and it was very, very interesting. Still something that I'm learning about and trying to investigate. Maybe you guys have heard of it, maybe you haven't, but ruptures and repair. I think a lot of folks have definitely experienced a rupture, a social rupture. It's very common. It happens in micro amounts. It's very easy to see it as like a macro situation. It's just like very obvious, but the repair is something we don't learn to do socially or culturally, which is not good actually. If you can get away with it, you get away with it, but ultimately there's better ways to, what's the word I'm thinking? There's a better way to resolve conflict and have a more connected, in-depth way of communicating and, you know, connecting with your friends, partner, family members, whatever you. But again, it takes two, right? So you can have all this knowledge, but the other person who's like uninformed will say something like, oh, well, this is just how I've always grown up, you know, we didn't have this back then. So it can feel very, what's the word, isolating when like you have the knowledge of how to navigate. And that's why in most relationship counseling, like couples counseling or whatever, usually that's why there's two people that show up, so that they're learning at the same time, and there's like a facilitation that's happening that allows the space to maintain safety and guidance. So that's always really cool. That's actually been very interesting to me. Again, stuff that I'm fascinated with, because this is all about human interactions and how we can interact better, essentially, like have more meaning with like how we navigate conflict that can resolve both people's, you know, concerns, essentially. Maybe I have like a interest in it because, again, I do come from a like a customer service / hospitality sort of background. So these things would have been very interesting to have known. I had to just de-escalate things kind of just on my own, like, you know, hear two sides and then kind of offer a solution that would best, you know, satisfy two people. And for the most part, it worked. But again, having more knowledge of rupture and repair in interpersonal dynamics and socializing would have been great. I wouldn't have had to like figure everything out on my own. But that is life. That is why we continue to learn and grow. Another thing that's been floating around in my mind is what to do when either yourself or someone else is feeling antagonized, and then how do you navigate a situation like that without, you know, claiming victimhood? And that's not a bad thing. Like, you know, if you're a victim of some terrible, you know, event, then, you know, that you're the byproduct of that event. So, but how to not lean into the victimhood and kind of like take back some power and your own autonomy and your own sense of like dignity, and not just be a victim of your circumstances, but, you know, have some sense of like, not even just control, but a sense of, what is it, like a sense of really it is just autonomy. And then with autonomy is like a better sense of like navigating a situation or conflict. Yeah, I've been really interested in like conflict resolution, and I need to do more research on that and how to resolve, because I think a lot of our struggles in life is because of conflicts, usually with people, sometimes with situations and circumstances, but usually most often than not, the circumstance that we find ourselves in, to my knowledge, is man-made. Is human design, is by human design. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'll let that sit for a second. I'm going through these lists, the topics really quickly, just in case anything sounds interesting and you're like, yeah, let's explore this one, this topic. Let's see. We'll sit with that for a minute. So that was number 7, and yeah, some topics that just have come up in my mind and floating around. Number 8 and number 9. Again, this goes back with like relational, interpersonal, human to human, wellness, because from the holistic health workshop that I attended recently, it was very insightful, and since we're in a society of people, I think knowing these other topics that, you know, came up for me would help in creating systems designed for human connection as opposed to capital. I mean, I guess you can still have capital, but like the forefront should be human connection, not objectification. But yeah, same. I think it's really important. So I'm still very much learning, and these are just topics that I'm throwing out here in case someone out there is curious as well, like what is Poe talking about? And then, you know, if you want to follow up, you can look into some of these and see, you know, if it's something that interests you or not. I mean, some people are just like, oh, it's too much work, and again, I think that mindset is contributing to. Number 6, let's see. Oh yes, many people. You're not the only one. Totally with you on that. I also struggle with this. I want to admit I'm not an expert, and I have found a lot of resources online from individuals who, you know, basically have like a degree in this, you know, in like what is it, family and marriage counseling, clinical social workers, what else is there? So these types of individuals are, you know, sharing some of the knowledge and helping build more awareness and dialogue, and I don't know, it gets you curious to do more research and investigation. But the stuff that they present is pretty solid. Like if you didn't do your own research, I think what they're saying is coming from a good place, from their expertise, from their background. And yeah, so definitely something I also want to learn more about, because again, my where I'm coming from is, if you can have better relationships and communication with your friends, with your community, you know, with your colleagues at work, or even with your family members, it's harder because everyone has to be on the same page, you know what I mean? Like literally, it's like everyone has to have the same quote unquote common sense. Everyone has to have the same basic level of education to understand this, and we're still getting there, right? So the more awareness, the more education, self-learning, because again, it's not taught in schools, to my knowledge. I mean, if someone in middle school right now is learning about rupture and repair, I will be so happy. I'll be like, you will be like so good in whenever there's like social conflicts, you'll be able to be like, okay, let's use language that's like person-centered, or, you know, not attacking the person, but like maybe addressing the issue, like, oh, so this is what happened, and you know, like that. It's like a lot of little things, right? And like still incorporating empathy and like human consideration in addition to like the logic and the facts, but not foregoing accountability and responsibility, right? Like sometimes there's like a responsibility and we drop the ball. There needs to be some form of, I don't know what's the word, I don't want to say the word punishment, it depends how severe it is. Maybe there just needs to be some sort of solution. Again, I'm not sure yet. I don't have all the answers. My brain, again, is doing that thing where it's like a lot of topics come up just from one topic. and I'm like splitting hairs, like this, like rupture and repair, it trickles, it is applied to every field in society. I don't think there's any field that doesn't. Basically, if there's a field within human interaction in society that deals with another person, then I feel like communication, rupture and repair, when it happens, would be needed. Right, from both sides, for sure. Right, and there's always, more often than not, there's gotta be like two sides, right? And there's a saying in like Chinese, like, you know, like it's like an idiom, but like one hand doesn't make a sound. Meaning it's like it takes two hands to make a clap, make some kind of impact, like something happens. So yeah, unless you're just isolated from society, what is that? Hikikomori. But even as a hikikomori, you're probably not really fulfilled either. Maybe you are. I don't know. But it's that was another topic that I might want to look into. It's like, what is the psychology of individuals who, you know, are reclusive, almost to the point of anti-socialism? Yeah. Again, psychology, very interesting. Human and people and the brain and motives, all the stuff. But yeah, so that was, you know, rupture and repair, and 7 was just kind of like a hypothetical, and then 8, de-escalation techniques and methods are also very important. Yeah, and again, emotional regulation techniques. I really wish this is taught like at a very elementary level. It really should be. And some people say it's part of parenting. A parent should know all this, and I really think it takes a village to raise a person. So we're all raising each other. We're like supporting each other and teaching and learning and growing from each other. That's what a village is, and learning from people who are like, you know, have wisdom and experience, and learning from like mistakes or ways that we don't want to be. Yeah, there was something that was really interesting in terms of role modeling. Sometimes if you have a negative role model, that negative role model tells you how not to be as opposed to how to be. Anyways, I am rambling. Sorry. So those are some questions. I don't know if and that's just the tip of the iceberg, honestly. Me just going over these really quickly is literally just the tip of the iceberg. It's not even like delving into anything in particular. These are just floating thoughts. So I have to remind myself that my level of intrusive thoughts is not the same as like maybe a typical person's. My intrusive thought is like, what makes the world spin? Like what force? It's like what the centripetal force or something, and like what causes that? You know. But then I don't have the brain capacity to understand the physics and science, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's still interesting. Okay, so all right. Well, I'll stop yapping and get to my push-ups. Oh my goodness. Okay, fun stuff though. Very interesting, right? Just go ahead and walk. We don't need that anymore until we do planks. But yeah, lots of topics, and maybe it brings about some curiosity and I hope it's not overwhelming. I think it really depends on the individual. Bringing up all of these can be very overwhelming, or it can be like inspiring, and it can be like, wow, I have so much more to learn because I actually don't know. And it's not about forming an opinion about it. It's more about just thinking about it. Just the act of thinking about it without always forming an opinion. I guess you can eventually form your opinion once you have like this holistic view, like you literally see all sides besides just your own. Like you should be able to like form your own opinion, which is your side, but then you should also be able to like explore other perspectives. I think that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back Jimbuddy Poe. but feel free to let me know if that was overwhelming or not. That must have been very overwhelming for like for a normal person. I kind of like too long didn't read, sped through all of those topics. Just like that's just where I'm currently at. I don't have all the answers. I just find these topics fascinating and want to look into it more. Maybe in the future we can have more discussions about it. I remember last week I also had a list of other discussion topics that are just sitting there waiting to be addressed, and I could also go back to those if you guys were there for that. Let me just, what am I trying to find? I'm trying to find the push-up. Oh yeah, these are push-ups. That is a push-up. Okay, we're doing push-ups. But yeah, what are your thoughts? I rambled a lot. Just let me know what item you're interested in. For sure, I appreciate that. I appreciate, you know, that that sentiment, I suppose. For sure, for sure. Let me just slowly bring out. Oh, we're gonna get some BGM going, but yeah, those are some of the things that have been floating in my mind this week, and I thought it was so interesting. Wanted to figure out, like, you know, where do other people think? What do other people think about this? Where do they stand? Where are their opinions? Where are their perspectives? Have they, you know, have they thought about it? Is it too overwhelming? They're like, no, too much right now. But these were last week's talking points, questions about, you know, just questions to check in with ourselves. So that is also on the table as well. Let me just, all right, I'm gonna play some music just to kind of still be in the kind of the, what is it, exercise vibe. So we're training our body and our mind. Yeah. All right, I'm ready to do my first set of push-ups. Feel free to do some push-ups with me if you can, if you're in a space that's, you know, conducive to that. Be sure to, you know, wash your hands if you're on a dusty, dirty floorboard, whatever. I have a yoga mat, so that kind of helps. And I do sometimes wipe it down. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do some push-ups. Here we go. Yeah, feel free to send in your thoughts. Anything works. I'm gonna check something really quick. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. I'm gonna stop delaying. All right. Push-up set number 1. Here we go. We're gonna do 15. When you're ready. When I'm ready. Shoot. I need to. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. All right, cool. I was able to do 15 push-ups. I don't know if I can count my heartbeat, but for anyone out there who did some push-ups, good for you, awesome. For some reason, those were a lot easier. The power of a banana before a workout, maybe, I don't know. I have yet to test that, but yeah, I didn't do assisted. Those were normal. Granted, they were not military, which I feel are harder because they work the triceps. But definitely feel my biceps right now. So for the next set, I might actually do the military just to work a different muscle group and give my biceps just a little breathing room. Gonna go ahead and update. The push-ups. First set has been completed. Ooh. Take a sip of water real quick. I'll try to close the gap because I'm noticing sometimes I do a lot of yapping in between. The only thing you're pushing right now is your limits? That's funny. Kind of random, but funny. I don't know. Sounds like something a character would say. Let's see. Whew. Good. All right. I'm gonna just check a few things. Is anyone else working out? How's your workout going? Does anyone go to the gym? Wondering what other people do for workouts, honestly. There were a few people who were commenting on the comment section on the VOD saying that they're working out or they're motivated to work out, and I thought that was pretty cool. That's always encouraging. It's there's obviously some sociology about it, but I haven't really gotten into it myself. I don't know what inspires or motivates people to do some things and not other things, and vice versa. These are the types of thoughts that infiltrate my brain. Just gonna give it a minute. Stretching a little bit, making sure nothing gets too tense or cramped. All right. Let me see. I think towards the end, I'll share something with folks. Maybe it's a point of interest. It's about or it's related to boundaries. Maybe it'll be helpful for you guys. Bench press. Oh. Ah, okay. Yeah, all right. Well, this is your time, you know, no excuses. As you're relaxing, tuning in, vibing, you can just, you know, use this time to listen and stretch at the same time. I think that's great. I think a lot of yoga classes, Pilates classes. There's also like conditioning classes. Like, so if you're a dancer, it's like a dance conditioning class that you can take, and it's usually for like an hour or whatever, and it's great. So it just supplements your, you know, whatever you're doing. If you're an athlete, if you're a dancer, you know, you'll take extra time to take care of your body, your mind, your well-being, your emotions, right? Your spirit, if you believe in the non-religious definition and concept of the spirit. Yeah, pretty interesting. Lots of topics to explore, because we need more of this kind of education, or I mean, what people say common sense, but it's not common if you don't pick it up or learn it. I mean, even common sense is it's something learned. It's a sense that needs to be utilized. Like if I plug my nose and I never use my sense of smell, I'll never know what something smells like, because I never use my nose, because I plug it up and I don't use that sense. So it can't be common if I don't use it. So although common sense gets a lot of hate for like not being so common, you gotta first awaken your senses. And And that's hard to do if you want to numb your senses. If you want to dull your senses, then you're not really sharpening your senses. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an interdimensional bookstore keeper, doing my dimensional travels, gathering intel. I've been working on my lore. It should be fun. One day maybe I can write it all down, make it into something special, wrap it up in a gift box, in a ribbon, share it with the world, or just hoard it for myself. That's fine too. All right, where are we? Next set. Oh boy. All right. Okay. I'll get there. Sharing is caring. It is time to share my next set of push-ups. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna set the intention to do the military style. And it's a little different. The elbows are tucked in and very, very intentional. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I also wanted to try to see if I could count in Japanese. I hope that's okay. I kind of want to practice counting in Japanese because I think I know Japanese, like I know how to count, but it's like when you don't use it, it feels kind of rusty. And especially I'm used to counting in Japanese when I'm not under pressure or under stress. Stress being like you're doing an activity that's your focus is split, I guess. So I'm not just counting with no distractions. I'm counting while my muscles are being, exerted, and I have to maintain a level of good form. So that's what I mean by stress and distraction. So I want to try to count in Japanese. It'll be up to 15, and it'll be slower because my brain needs to get used to first a different language while doing something. So I'm gonna practice my Japanese. Why not, right? Because what is it? Two pigeons, one baked potato. Two potatoes, one pigeon? I don't remember, but something like that. All right, here we go. All right, bear with me, y'all. We're gonna get bilingual. All right. Hi. No. Let's do it. Okay, military style. です。1 はい、1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 よし 15? Oh my gosh. I believe I counted that correctly, but I'm gonna double check. That was much more difficult. ちょっと待って、I wanna double check. That was very difficult, actually. Counting in Japanese while trying to maintain good form. Military was a challenge. Right, yep, I counted 10 to 15 correctly. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, that's beyond. That's 15 to 20. Wow, according to this website, there's a native way to count that's different from... So there's Sino-Japanese and then there's native Japanese. Oh my gosh. Welp, the more you know. Alright, now my arms are just jelly. I think I subconsciously yap a lot between my sets because I'm honestly just giving my muscles time to fully recover. You got 7 on that one? You got 7? Oh. Wait, you were doing push-ups too? Oh man, if you're doing push-ups, that's awesome. 7 is good. It's a start, right? We gotta start somewhere, I suppose. Or are you talking about counting in Japanese? Ah, counting. Okay. Well, I guess you'll learn a little bit of Japanese counting along the way. It's a very simple logic up until you get past a certain amount. Oh, push-up. Oh, 7 push-ups. Okay. You know, counting in Japanese reminded me of when I used to take martial arts, and depending on, you know, what martial arts, they would count in Japanese. I was thinking about possibly finding ways to get back into some of the martial arts. I've always wanted to take kendo. I think it's very popular in South Korea. It's a very popular sport. But it's just mostly for fun, obviously. It just seems really fun. And yeah, just trying to find ways to, you know, connect with the real world and use the internet and all the fun things we do to connect digitally as a supplement to an already beautiful and enriching life that exists beyond the digital world. But that's just kind of where my mind is at. So we'll see. All right, shake it out. Shake out the whatever it is that makes your muscle feel like it's tired. All right, I'm gonna try to do the next set. I'm just gonna go back to doing them normally. Military style's a lot more difficult, actually, in my opinion. I think if your strength is an upper body, then it might not be an issue. But if you are like me, then it is difficult. But upper body strength is still important, hence why I continued to do the push-ups and in fact increase my repetition so that I can actually get better at it. It's kind of a weird logic. Something you're not good at and you don't like, and it's a skill that you're trying to get better at, then you have to spend more time and care and attention to. But behavior that's obviously unwanted should be addressed. Yeah, push-ups are not fun, but they are important because upper body strength, and you know, you want to be able to feel strong and good in your body, so you want to work out and do things that will make you stronger slowly and safely. Okay. All right, I'm ready. I'm just like mentally prepping myself. I'm hyping myself up. You gotta be your own hype man sometimes in life. So, all right, hype. We got this. Arms, don't cave in. Don't give up on me. I believe. All right, next set, when you're ready. Here we go. I'm gonna do 15. Just a reminder, I will be counting in Japanese, so that will be a way for me to practice some mental mental, brain, stuff, language, and muscle. Yes, muscle. Here we go. Ah! Okay. Hi! Push! 1、はい、2、よし、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、11、12、13、15、14、ごめん、14、はい、うわ、OK、15、よし、はい、OK、わ、15、おい、はい、じゃあまたね。Enjoy the walk. Walking is good. Let us update. I'm gonna go ahead and update. Yeah, walking is great. I think that's a great way to get your cardio, get some exercise, feel like you've wind down from the day, and maybe even observe your surroundings, be in touch with nature if you're outside. I was looking up at the sky the other day, and I don't know why. I just had this really nice moment of awe. And actually, there's a psychological like phenomenon that happens, and when you experience nature in that awe moment, whether it's watching a sunset or being in the ocean or out in nature, and you have this like moment of like it's supposed to be like you can't really describe it, but it's like it's a wonderment, and that's supposed to help release a lot of like happy neurotransmitters, like those happy hormones that I've talked about in the past. Oh yeah, military ones are not easy. All right, so that one was doable. Yeah. Military is really hard. Yeah, because it's a different muscle group. You're actually kind of activating a different muscle group. Interesting, right? Let me just change this. Yep, just making sure that the muscles kind of develop well-rounded. So you kind of want to focus on different muscle groups and develop them equally. In fact, I think that's where the joke "don't skip leg day" comes from. It's where like individuals will only focus on like upper body strength and weight training, but they'll kind of forget about cardio and then or like their lower body, like their calves or their hamstrings and their glutes or lower back, things like that. Okay, so I think planks will be really interesting because after doing those push-ups, planks will also focus on a bit of like upper body because your arms are going to be holding you up, but essentially you want to really activate your core for a plank. So let me bring back the timer. And we're gonna do 60 seconds. And now, if you're not used to doing 60 seconds, just hold until it's like, okay, like, you know, don't overexert yourself. But if you've done a plank before and you know your limit, then for sure do your best. And a little bit of discomfort is normal, right? Your muscles are engaging, but safety is more of a priority. Now that's not an excuse to not do it and to not work out at all, obviously, but it's more like moderating. It's more like being mindful of your own body and not like over exerting yourself to a point of like injury. And because I'm very for injury prevention. That's kind of my thing. But again, if you're seasoned, you know what you're doing, you know your limits, you know how to push past certain limits in a way that is reasonable, and then that's good. Oof. I am just gonna try to set up the next. I'm gonna set up the plank. So yeah, there's I don't know, it's kind of like an art and a science, right? Knowing your limit and like communicating your limit while also trying to like push past your limit and grow and get better. Because if you always stay at your comfort zone, then you're not growing, you know, you're plateauing. So with fitness, that's really interesting. Having like a personal trainer or someone who, you know, works out frequently and knows what to look for is very helpful. We're just having a little bit of encouragement. And Gym Buddy Poe is a beast, just cannot be moved. the prime example of what it's like to plank for days, hours, months, eternally. Yeah. So we're gonna try to find that balance where we push ourselves, but we don't go overboard to a point of like, you know, toxicity, but a little bit of a gentle nudge. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing is discomfort, social discomfort, and there's so many like parallels with physical work and like social and mental, some of the mental work we have to do. No, I wouldn't actually, because it's different. Humans are what, bipedal, and dogs are not. It's you know what's really funny? It's almost like asking, is a hot dog a taco? We're asking some real questions here. It's like, you know, you get to this point where you're like, a hot dog, a taco, are they the same? Just with different ingredients? But no, I don't think dogs are planking, because in a plank it's an isometric thing, and then it's like you're stationary, you're not moving, you're fixed. Whereas dogs, that's their like that's their operating system. So it can't be compared, cannot be compared. Don't know if that's like a backhanded comment, but I'm not gonna think negatively about it. I'm not gonna overthink that comment. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Whatever implication is there, I don't see it. So whatever insult could be interpreted is not interpreted. But no, I had an interesting conversation recently with someone, and it opened my eyes to something. I was like, oh, interesting. Perspective is key. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and plank. Here we go. Def not. Yeah. It's hard to tell tone and intention, but it's cool. It's like I said, just a random thought for sure. Yeah, is a hot dog and a taco the same thing? Is a hot dog a taco? Is a taco a hot dog? We have questions. We have many unanswered questions. Seriously. Sushi and burritos though, huh? Sushi and burritos, and then there's like the sushi-rito, the combination of Mexican and Japanese foods' most beloved cuisine combined into the ultimate food, a sushi-rito. right, I'm stalling, forgive me. Oh my gosh. All right, so you guys know how to do a plank. It's up to you whether you want to do it with your arms, like, you know, how Gym Buddy Poe is doing the plank, or if you want to do the plank, which I prefer, where your elbow is on the ground and then your forearm, like from the tips of your fingers to your elbow, is like what's supporting you. And yeah, whichever one, doesn't matter. But remember to relax your shoulders, you know, elongate your spine, make sure your head and neck is not drooping down, but you're kind of comfortably looking forward and you're holding that, maintaining that form. Focus on the core, keep your tailbone not too high, not too low. You don't want to droop, you want to just kind of stay where your core is engaged. Yeah, these are the little tips and tricks that I have to remember as well. So verbalizing that for you guys, anyone out there, scholars, viewers, gym goers, gym bros, gym sisters, whatever. I don't know the term. Okay, here we go. All right, 5 seconds to count down to get into position, and then we go. Here we go, I guess. Okay. 4 seconds to get ready, and I believe I am in a plank. Yes, this is a plank. So, like I said, you're holding it, your core is engaged, you're relaxing the shoulders as much as you can. Soft gaze forward. Remember to breathe. Monitor that tailbone. A little bit of discomfort. Breathe through it, relax. Hold your core. We're doing great. This is good. Don't worry about it. Breathe. I think we got about, what, 10 seconds or so? If it's too much, you can tap out, don't worry. All right. Get out of there. We're good. Whew, that felt like a very long minute for me. If it becomes too unbearable and you're shaking or you're feeling some tension develop, you can, you know, relax. You can release. You don't have to injure yourself. Like, again, injury prevention. For me, I don't shake as much anymore because I think I've developed some muscle mass and some weight, so it's not as bad. But all right, so. That was a very long 60 seconds. Oh my gosh, that sense of time feels really, really different. But good job, the plank. It was good. I have to remind myself a lot not to hunch my shoulders up when I do a plank. It's like it's your body compensating basically. It's like tensing up. So you want to be very intentional. Bring the focus to your core. Relax as much as you can while still holding that form. Let's see. What else do we have? But yeah, for sure, random thoughts are of many. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, I think that is a plank. I was thinking about maybe doing like some of the alternative styles of planking. This is just like the very normal, basic, simple plank. It's not fancy. There's other types and forms of plank, which I think is really, really interesting, but I want to stay true to the beginner workout routine. And if you in your own workout routine want to look up some other styles and forms and alternative forms of a workout, definitely encourage that. Could be interesting. There's like, what was that? Plank types. Yeah, there's different variations of a plank, which I think are really interesting. Like the knee tucks and or the mountain climbers. I remember doing mountain climbers. I'm surprised that it's classified as a plank, but I can see it because, you know, you're still trying to maintain your core, but you're just adding an extra element, which is the mountain climbing, the jogging with your bringing your knees up. Those are always fun, but you have to like lower your tailbone for that variation of the plank. Otherwise, it's not as effective. Yeah, so we're just doing a basic plank, full plank, side plank. There's many different styles and variations, but we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna keep the isometric workout simple and beginner friendly. But if it's too boring, go ahead and spice it up with some variation. All right. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I've recovered from that. Like I said, I feel like I have gotten a lot stronger from working out and the power of the banana, the potassium, and carbs. So let's keep going. Let us keep going. Where is Jimbity Po? We'll demonstrate the power of the plank. Second set. It's gonna be 60 seconds. I'm actually gonna set a timer on my watch because there's a bit of anxiety as I'm holding the plank, wondering, okay, is it over yet? And I'm like, did it work? Did I forget to set the timer on the clock? Hold on, let me see if I can get. Where is my timer? Oh my goodness, do we not have a timer? Core training. I think this is not the right one. Hold on, not the right timer. I need a timer. Ah, there it is. All right, here we go. All right. I'm ready. Alright, 5 seconds to get into the position for me anyways, but if you're already holding it, go ahead and do the plank. If it's too much, if you're shaking, it's too difficult, you know, release. Don't worry about it. You're still getting the isometric, you know, you're still getting the isometric hold, so it's all good. And here we go. We're gonna go ahead and hold the plank right here. And we're breathing, relaxing our shoulders, tucking in that tailbone, looking forward, slightly ahead, maintaining our head and neck. Remember to breathe. Not easy, but doable. About 30 seconds. Keep going, you're good. If you need to release early, that's fine. Maintain the tailbone. 10 seconds. You got this. All right, almost there. Yep, there we go. Awesome. Not bad. Oh, good job. Not easy, but definitely feeling it kind of in my shoulder, my back. Definitely in my core. Core strength is very important. Remember to get a sip of water. Water break is good. Oh man, I just remembered I don't have a... I didn't prepare a protein shake or anything. Darn. Oh, wow. That's usually my little treat. I don't know if I should make one. I do have some yogurt, so I could just throw it together really quick. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. After stream. Because, that would be good. Okay. Yeah, because in addition to working out is a good nutrition, a good diet plan to be able to maintain and develop the muscles, giving it the nutrients it needs to heal. Yeah. That's kind of the nice thing about exercising, is it kind of forces you to consider other aspects of your life and your health, right? What you eat, things like that, which I think is good. It kind of sets the tone for other things. But that is just my perspective. Hello, hello, welcome in. That was, oh, I gotta update. That was our second plank. Give me a second. Here, first, the end of beginner workout. Yeah, it's time for advanced workouts. You know what's funny? The One Punch Man workout is not, so it's considered not for beginners. Like, you should have some level of some routine or knowledge of like your own limitations and you know, and fitness to possibly, I mean, I guess you could make it beginner friendly. It's not impossible to make the One Punch Man workout beginner friendly. I think it's because of the, it can be intense. It can be a pretty intense workout. I mean, obviously it's not what's it called, the intense, oh, what's it called, what is the intense program called? No, your limits. This is like some anime hero arc. Limits? No limits. Punch the glass ceiling. CrossFit, oh my gosh, just, okay, CrossFit is and can be pretty intense. It's not, okay, so yeah, One Punch Man is not on the level of CrossFit intensity, again, unless you make it that way. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for CrossFit people because it takes a lot of endurance and a lot of power and you know, stamina. And I probably wouldn't last too long in CrossFit. One CrossFit man, oh my gosh, that should be my goal. I knew someone from Atlanta, Georgia, who did some kind of Spartan race. Spartan? Yeah, so it's like an obstacle course, and them and their partner both did it, and it was pretty epic. I thought it was really cool. And then they went around like the United States going to these different like fitness obstacle course like events, and I thought that was so cool. And I was like, I am not fit for this, but it's pretty cool. I really liked watching Ninja Warrior. It's pretty inspiring. You think it's easy, but then when you're the one doing it, you're like, wait a minute. One CrossFit? One CrossFit, huh? Oh man, you have to build up for it. You definitely have to build up for it. I feel like not only is it like strength and like burst, it's a lot. For me, it's endurance. CrossFit, you definitely have to work up for it. And you're gonna, if you don't have the diet and nutrition like backing you up, you'll be so gassed. It wouldn't even matter. You'll be so tired. You're burning so many calories, you know? You're burning so much energy, and then you need to like refuel, and then you want to grow your muscles and your body to recover from all that intense because essentially you guys know, right? Like working out is basically you're creating micro tears in your muscle, and so when it heals, it gets stronger. It's like it heals, it gets stronger, it gets a little bit more tougher, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but that's like my very, very, very basic understanding of it. So, all right, we're good. I've recovered. I am ready for the next plank. All right. All right, sounds good, Card Stack. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you had a good workout. Had a good time just hanging out, chilling, vibing, getting some food for thought, and all that. So, well, hopefully we'll see you next time. We'll be here next week as well. Maha! There's a mega ultra marathon circling a single city block. What? That's wild. Oh my gosh, marathon runners are also impressive. I wasn't very good at track and field, but you know, like when you're in high school and all your peers are, you know, participating in sports, you're like, all right, let's do this, right? So, yeah, I try to do sprints. I thought I was fast, but I definitely was not. And then, yeah, we did the I don't remember the distances that I ran. It's been so long. But those were interesting. Self-Transcendence 3,100-mile race. It's a race, so you're competing with people? What? Wild. There it is. It's the world's longest certified foot race. Oh my goodness. Man. That's so cool. I'm like grinning from ear to ear. I think that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Have you guys ever like participated in a marathon? I feel like I've watched a few marathons before. And a colleague of a classmate of mine, because we went to school together. Her brother is a distance runner, and they became a coach, and I thought that was so cool. And I was like, man, never would have thought. It's like their passion, their hobby, and it's pretty awesome. And there's some like marathon events that promote, what is it? Like, it's like there's like something for like cancer and stuff like that. Even walking. I haven't seen those in a while, but let me think. Oh yeah, it's called Hope Walk. It's called Hope Walk, where there's other ones too. There's the American Cancer Society. There's the American Cancer Society as well. That one is really popular. Absolutely, for sure. You can't just go. I mean, I guess you could, but you're just gonna be really, really tired and gassed. But yeah, the American Cancer Society was one that I've heard about as well. There's a lot. They're all over the world, which is great. Very cool. And then there's one for like breast cancer and like mental health. I think NAMI also hosts those types of events where you walk a certain distance to raise awareness, fundraising for these causes, and you're just out there like with others. Yeah, I don't think I could I don't think I could do marathons. I wish. I probably could go maybe like half a mile to a mile. Run for the cure! What's for the cure? I know, that should be the motivating factor. It should be the only motivating factor. Nothing else matters. The cure! Alright, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna do the third plank. So the third plank is gonna be 60 seconds, and then I'm gonna add in a fourth plank, which is only 35 seconds, because I just wanna be able to make sure that the progress for planks is met. So I think as long as I do the last 2 sets of the planks, I will be able to complete the planks. It'll be 30 minutes out of 30 minutes from the charity back in what, December 2024 and January 2025. So I haven't cured my interest, and I'm doing my best to pay back the time, the interest. All right, so let's go ahead and bring out Gym Buddy Pow. It's time to plank. All right. Let's see. Let's see. We're doing 60 seconds. So let me go ahead and set up. The 5 seconds will be to kind of get into position, and then we'll be good. All right. So without further ado, if during this time you want to just kind of wind down, stretch, touch your toes, roll your shoulders, do some gentle neck, head rotations, and rotate your ankle one way for 30 seconds, other way, do it the other side, check your lower back, upper back, do a body scan during this time, that's good too. But if you feel like you want to try a plank, you're also welcome to complete the planks as well. So here we go. Where is it? Oh, here's the timer. All right. Let's get it. Woohoo! Alright, so I am in the plank, and we're gonna hold this for 60 seconds. Remember to tuck in your tailbone, relax your shoulders, focus your core, breathe. Make sure to keep your head up, don't droop your neck, and we're good. Just gonna keep holding. If you feel like it's too much, you can release. We got about 20 seconds left. Almost there. Keep breathing. About 5 seconds. All right. And we're good. We're good. Oh man, Gym Buddy Poe can't be stopped, won't be stopped. Gym Buddy Poe is just the example we all strive for. Even me, even the real Poe can't beat perfection. Yep, that got my heart beating. I think for the what is it? For the 35 second, I'll have to adjust that one. That'll be kind of interesting. Let me think. Maybe it's like 0.55, I don't know, 0.55 of a minute. Let's see. All right. Okay, that's 33 seconds. So I'm trying to adjust the timer so that it reads as 35 seconds. Maybe 0.56, still not. But anyways, we had a lot of different topics kind of floating around today. Not sure if we'll get to it. Okay, so we got 36 seconds. I guess I can set it to 36 and give myself like some time. Hold on, let me see. Let me try this one. Well, that's too much. Trying to set the timer is always really finicky. You know what? I'm gonna put it as 0.67 of a second, and it's gonna be 40 seconds. So 5 seconds again for me to get set for this last set of planks. We're good. No problem. Easy. Yeah. Let's see, what other topics did I have today? From the questions plaguing my brain to the questions from last week, which are all pretty valid questions. They're pretty good questions just to check in with yourself and ask if you do journaling, bullet journaling, a lot of good reflection topics to consider. But yeah, for those of y'all who missed it earlier, I came up with a list of like topics that were just swirling around in my mind this week, and let me just step aside if you guys want to just take a quick look. From, I don't know, the new COVID, well, I guess it's not really new, but the COVID variant called Cicada, to cases that came up this week regarding AI psychosis, you know, defining what an actual personal boundary is and it not being what we think it is, because a boundary, actually I will talk about what a boundary is later, because I did set it up and I was gonna show it to you guys, to the viewers and scholars who are interested. I'll do that a little bit later after I finish, what is it? Maybe after I finish the last plank, this last one coming up, the 35-second one, because I think it's pretty interesting. And then we'll move on to squats. The squats is a bit of a test. So for next week, I'm going to be basically test running the modified One Punch Man workout. And so that's what's going to be happening. And I need to figure out if I want to do 20 reps or 25 reps of a squat in like one setting. So still figuring that out. We'll see. So yeah, I'll go over the, what was it? Like what a boundary is after I complete this next plank. And then, yeah, attended 2 workshops this week. They were free. So good. So good. I don't know how I'm going to share that information and experience. It was the first time I ever culturally introduced myself. It felt really interesting. That was a new experience. And just topics that are floating around in my brain are, you know, topics related to interpersonal relationships that affect our well-being, right? How healthy our relationships are in our life will affect. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I'm not done yet. Well, what the? Hold on. I think I'm good. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so how healthy our relationships are, interpersonal dynamics with our friends, colleagues, partners, family members, you know, peers, can affect how we feel and navigate the world as social creatures. And yeah, just some thoughts. I'm still learning more, but not only learning, the learning is one thing. There's like an application that I need to like, there's something about like I need to apply what I learn in order for it to have some value, I suppose. So de-escalation techniques and methods, and of course constantly checking in with yourself to regulate emotions and anxieties and all that. Very, very human things. Skills that I don't know are really taught in school. We just have to figure it out along the way in our journey of life as adults or into adulthood. So these are topics that have just been swirling around my brain, and it's very motivating. It's very interesting. It brings me a lot of joy to want to learn something new and then figure out how I can apply it in real time. But so hopefully that's something I can share with you guys in the future. Still trying to gather all of my thoughts and organize my thoughts in a way that's conducive so I'm not just rambling, but that is still something I need to work on. Okay, but these are just some of the topics that I briefly went over earlier today. If anything stands out to you, let me know. Just let me know what number. Like, yo, what's going on with number 4? What is the stress management workout or workshop? Working out the brain. All right, back to the plank while I figure out what to do with all these swirling thoughts and questions. Other than the questions, there's also, again, last week's check-in questions. I'll just leave them up here on the screen in case folks want to journal about it, or they have some kind of like revelation from reflecting on some of these questions. The pulled punch man workout, for sure, dude. These workouts are designed for protagonists, so you have to be the protagonist of your life to make it something worth doing, I suppose. I don't know. But 35 seconds of a plank. Here we go, right? So the timer says 40 seconds because I'm gonna give myself, again, 5 seconds to get ready, and then we'll get the 30 seconds going. I am gonna set a timer on my watch just so I don't so I don't freak out wondering if a minute has passed or not. Right, let me just make sure it's 30 seconds. Okay. Here we go. All right. 35 seconds for the last plank. Here we go. Got 5 seconds to get ready. And we are planking. We got that tailbone nice and tucked in, not too high, not too low. Core is engaged, shoulders are relaxed. Breathing. Looking slightly ahead. Got this. Last set of planks. Almost there. All right. Oof, not bad, not bad. Wow. Once you've done a full minute of planks, like 30 seconds, 35 seconds feels like nothing. That's wild. That is very wild. And before we were doing 40 seconds, and 40 seconds felt really comfortable. It felt like, okay, it's just enough to, you know, get you feeling like, all right, you're working your core, it's working, and then adding an extra 20 seconds on top of that just really tested your limit. So man, 60 seconds of a plank is pretty good. I can see why that's like a standard for like beginners, because you want to build up to at least being able to hold a plank comfortably. Very cool, just observing that. Nice. All right, so before I move on to testing squats, I'm gonna bring up something. I want to circle back to the boundaries thing because I thought that was like really interesting. And let me just whoops, turn off that music, and let's see if we can pull this up. So for anyone like working out, maybe they can tune into this. Maybe it gives you like a double take, like, wait, what did I just hear? But I don't know where else to really talk about this. Maybe I could like dedicate a stream talking about these ideas and the approach and the method, and, you know, look into more research about like, why does this work? And what's behind all of this, and like where do these methods and techniques come from, right? Is it studied? Is it observed? How is it studied? How is it observed? Is it culturally sensitive? Is it culturally aware? Like, does it have any like cultural like nuance, or is it just like, because you know how like different cultures have different I guess styles and approaches and obviously different practices. So it's interesting to see how, now that I'm thinking about it, as we're approaching the month of May, which is again Asian American Pacific Islander month. There's also like another way to say it that I learned is AA. Is it H? Hold on. Oh yeah, so it's AANHPI, which is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander. So now it's like incorporating Native Hawaiian, which I was really surprised to learn that within Hawaii there has been a lot of how do you say, migration of Koreans and Japanese people in Hawaii as well. So that is something I should figure out as well. But okay, I wanted to bring up this person talking about boundaries really quick, because that was one of the topics that I brought up earlier. I think it was number, where is it? It's number 3. Misconceptions of what a boundary is and how it functions. I have to revisit that as well. So in addition to working out, we're getting some brain workout as well. Here we go. All right, here we go. Found it. All right, so this is, who is this? This is Baya, and she has worked with, and she has worked with a person named Terry Real, who has written a book, does a lot of like research on like family relations and relationships, and is a family therapist. So she has worked under him, studied under him as well. All right, so this is Baya's sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name, insight on boundaries, because yes, important. Here we go.
Think you have good boundaries? If these 3 things aren't true, I hate to say it, but you probably don't. Most people mistakenly think having boundaries means being able to say no. But real boundaries aren't about another person doing anything differently. They're about taking action for yourself as a way of taking care of you. And while I might sound a little harsh right now, boundaries have been something I have personally struggled with my whole life. 1. A boundary is something you do, not something you'll hope they do for you. Not a boundary. You need to stop raising your voice. Actual boundary. If the conversation gets loud, I'm going to step out and come back once we both calm down. If you're waiting for them to change so you feel safe, that's not a boundary. That's a wish and a prayer, and also feels like punishment. 2. Speaking of punishment, a boundary doesn't punish, it protects. So, not a boundary. If you don't text me back, I'm blocking you. Actual boundary. When I don't hear from you after we've had a hard conversation, I spiral. So, next time, I'm going to take space and focus on calming my nervous system before trying to reconnect. 3. A boundary is about consistency, not a dramatic declaration. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Until next week. Actual boundary. I love you, and I also know I've been tolerating things that leave me feeling resentful. I'm going to start doing things differently so I can stay in this relationship with more integrity. Healthy boundaries aren't ultimatums. They're agreements you make and keep with yourself. Do you think you have good boundaries? If these 3 things aren't true, I hate to say it, but you probably don't.
So I started choking on my water. Give me a second. Hi, I am the technical problem, but I am better now. Some water went down the wrong pipe and I was fighting for my life. Okay, no, that's dramatic. Yeah, no, I was just choking on some water because the water went down my windpipe. Wrong pipes. Pipes are important. Pipes are important. I'm good. Daijoubu. Everything's under control. We're good. It's so funny because like I was like, oh, this video is gonna end soon. And then I realized I'm just dying behind the scenes while you guys are learning about boundaries. I could have just kept playing the video for a second time. Oh gosh, now I think I need to rewatch it because like I'm so distracted. But basically, if I recall what she said, is that a boundary, contrary to what it sounds like, isn't like telling someone what to do in order for yourself to feel safe. It's you like setting a limit for yourself and, you know, doing your best to not cross it, and then not just like setting a limit for yourself excuse me, but following up by saying, okay, if we hit this limit or boundary is crossed, these are the things that I will do myself in order to regulate so that I can still stay present if that is the goal. The double sneeze and the choking on water. it never stops getting real. It never stops being human. Like you'll never find a robot that would sneeze or drink and choke on water, because that just would never happen. Unless it was like designed, but in which case that's kind of weird too. So yes, humanity, we have a fighting chance with things that only we can do. So moving on from the scuff. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and this just kind of highlights, I wanted to share this because it highlighted one of the things that was circulating in my mind, which I believe was item number 3. And I might have to, break it down a little bit further, but it's really nice hearing, receiving content that's informative. But again, I just realized in real time that I wonder how much of like mental health is culturally sensitive or not culturally sensitive. And that is actually, that is item number 10 of this list. Okay, in real time, could not be scripted. In real time, we're adding a 10th item here. Item number 10 that is swirling in my brain. It is how much is mental health, how much mental health, how is mental health, how much of modern mental health, current mental health, and then like mental health in which country? Is it all the same? Wow, there are things I did not know, but now I know that I don't know them. Great. Okay, so how much of mental health is culturally sensitive? I don't even know if that's a good question to ask or if that's the correct question. But like, is mental health the same in other countries? Now that I think about it. Wow. Okay. Brain is doing that thing. These are the thoughts that occupy my brain at 3 a.m. Yeah. And what if it's like, because there's this other opinion or idea or concept going around where it's like you cannot emotionally regulate or like therapy or mental health your way out of like, you know, the killing of a group of people and watching it in real time. And so one answer, or one quote unquote pseudo solution, is, oh, just don't look at it, just pretend it doesn't exist. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not, I don't know if that's it would, I mean, you could limit your exposure to violence and graphic content for sure, like 100%. But at the same time, it's like, but you know, and now it's like that causes some other problems, some repression. So, wow. More things to look into, I guess. All right, so I showed you guys that video about the boundaries. It'll probably come up again because it is related to interpersonal relationships, and interpersonal relationships affect our well-being, our social network. How do I say, the dimension of our well-being that's related to socializing and feeling a sense of belonging, community, connection with other humans. And maybe not item number 2, because yikes, big yikes. I will do my best to not ramble, because I could ramble very extensively. We would be here for like maybe 10 hours. I could probably, we could probably ramble like an hour per each for each topic, but we won't do that now, promise. But those questions exist. All right, so squats. All right, I don't think I've done a squat. I haven't even tested doing a squat. Not even offline, not even anything. I don't even know if I can do a squat anymore. A squat is, there's actually a right way to do a squat, and then there's like the cheat way of doing a squat. So let's see if I remember how to do a squat. We will have Gym Buddy Poe as well. Let me... All right, Gym Buddy Poe, it is time to get into squatting. Okay, that sounds weird. It is time to squat, I suppose. Yeah, there we go, that's better. All right. Yes, the perfect squat exists. And I guess this could be it. It's possible, I believe. Gym Buddy Poe is demonstrating the squat. So basically, when I was taught how to do a proper squat, it had something to do with where you are slightly leaning back, almost as if you're sitting. But the problem is that you need something to kind of catch you. So usually it's like the wall, or you use your thigh muscles to maintain your balance so that you don't actually fall over. So knowing that this is, I don't think Gym Buddy Poe is leaning back, but the knees are facing forward towards where the toes are, and I think that's important. You don't really want your knees to point outward. You kind of want them to be aligned with your toes, which should be facing forward ideally. So these are like little things on how to do a proper squat, I suppose. Papa squat. I just never stops. The brain, the intrusion, the humor. What humor? This is humor. This is my humor, anyways. All right, we got this. All right, so I'm gonna try to I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna just cold turkey see if I can do a squat, and I'm gonna try to do 20 and see how that feels. And if anyone wants to do a squat, it's actually really easy. You really don't need equipment. It's just a matter of standing up and then like engaging your body a little bit. It actually does require core engagement. You would have to engage your core, and you would want to, it's like your thighs as well. And there's there's some balance. You're gonna have to kind of balance a little bit as well. So that's kind of like the too long didn't read of a squat that I can recall, is how I used to do squats and the things that I think about when I do a squat. So I guess the only way we can know is to just to do it. Just get her done. Alright. Alright, Gym Buddy Po is ready. I guess all that's left is me. Alright, let me see. I guess I'll just be on the yoga mat. That should work. A yoga mat should work just fine. Okay. My windpipe. My poor windpipe. Let us see. Alright. Here goes nothing. We're just gonna do a squat. I guess it's just gonna be a squat. It really is just a squat. Okay, here. Alright, don't overthink it, just do it, right? Just squat. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna, so this is 1. Alright, not too bad. 2, okay. 3, not bad. 4, feeling it in my thighs. 5, 6, alright. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I tried to keep up with Gym Buddy Po's pace. Not possible. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, oh my gosh, 20. Y'all, be so for real with y'all right now. 20 is kind of where I need to check my my heart rate. I feel like I'm doing some rather intense cardio. Even when I warm up, my heartbeat isn't like this. It's like, oh, I mean, I guess that goes to show that I'm working out. I'm exerting some level of effort. Hey, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining us, Live Type. I am currently testing out squats, how many I can do. I don't remember the last time I've done a squat, and I want to do like a good squat, like a proper squat, and that takes a bit of form and intention. What I did was I leaned back just like ever so slightly, not enough for my entire like body to like fall forward or fall backwards, but it was actually, wow, 20 squats. I'm kind of, I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed in myself because I was like, oh, I should be able to do 25, right? No, that was like in the back of my head. Yeah, 20. I think I might have to stick with 20, y'all. I think 20 squats should be like my starting point, and then like 25 reps should be like something I build towards. Oh man, makes me wonder, how many did I used to do when I did weighted squats? That was like so many years ago. I think with weighted squats I did maybe like 15. I built up to like 15, but that's different because you have weights on you. Oh, that's so crazy. Okay, well, I mean, I guess 20 normal squats, that ought to do it, right? Oh man, it's kind of like, I might give myself like another chance. I'm gonna see if I can like push just in this next set. I'm just gonna like recover, wiggle it out a little, shake it out, get some water and not choke on my water, and see if I can do like 25 and just kind of like push myself. Because if I do 25 repetitions of squats, I would have to do it 4 times in order to complete 100 squats for the One Punch Man workout next week. So I'm just kind of testing the waters. Otherwise, if I do 20 repetitions, what, I'd have to do it 5 times? I'd have to do 5 sets. I have to do the 20 repetitions 5 times in order to complete the 100 squats. Oh man. Squats with both legs hurt. Oh really? Ooh, really? Single leg squats. So good thing is when I did the squat, I again kind of did a quick body scan. Do I feel anything kind of in pain? Do I feel anything kind of uncomfortable? How are my knees? Because I also worry about my knees, but I don't have a knee or joint problem. So I think my knees are still okay. But everyone has different body types. I totally respect that. And that's why I encourage people to modify, adapt, listen to your body. Don't just, plow through, adapt as needed. I think that's a more like healthier injury prevention way of going about things. And like any athlete who is, respectable could say something similar. I mean, obviously they want to also push you to your limit and so that you can improve. But there's like a way to do that. You don't just, start someone out on like the hardest level. You kind of build up. You want to slowly over time build up for it. So, and that's another thing. I would have to do like 20 to 25 push-ups. That's why today I did 15 to try to build up for next week's and moving forward. I will probably also do the One Punch Man for, again, 14 days, which will drag out for a couple of months because it's once a week. That's the frequency. It's better than nothing because I have noticed that the intensity is like moderate, meaning like for the workouts, even if it's a beginner workout, you can still feel some, like, if you're doing it correctly and you're exerting enough energy to use your muscles, you should feel something. And if you're not, it's either that this is too easy of a workout, or you should add more repetitions or add more sets to your workout if you feel it's too easy. Like if the next day you don't feel like, oh man, I can still feel my workout from yesterday, and I can feel my biceps are sore, or my thighs are sore, or whatever. If you don't feel any kind of soreness, then it might mean like the workout is maybe too easy, and you can therefore adjust, and you should adjust to make it so that you have a little bit of a challenge. But again, that's incremental. So you have to start somewhere, and then you need to have like a starting point. So this is the starting point. So if this is too easy, then you'd want to modify. You could do more repetitions. You could do more sets. Probably more repetitions you could do more repetitions, and then keep the same number of sets. However you want to do it. There's probably some better logic that a physical fitness, like a trainer, could give you in terms of what's better. Should I increase reps, or should I increase the amount of sets that I do? There's probably some logic, or you could just do whatever, because this is a very minor detail to increase your workout. Yeah, so good things to note. All right, I think I'm pretty much recovered from the 20 sets. I no longer feel my heart working extra hard, pumping blood to my organs and muscles. So I'm gonna try to do 25 and see like how exhausted I feel, and to try to like gauge if I could do this 4 times, or if I should just do what I'm doing where I do 20 repetitions and I do it 5 times, and I just kind of take a few seconds or a minute break in between. Yeah, you guys have any tips or things that you guys do when you're like gauging your limits, if you are a person who works out or not? Because otherwise I just kind of go with what feels like it's a challenge, but it's not. I'm not gonna get gassed, because I also want to think like, oh, I need to kind of conserve some energy or have energy for the rest of the workout. And that's another thing I'm trying to figure out with the One Punch Man workout. Do I want to do like a workout where it's like I alternate it, where it's push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and that's like one bit, and then I do push-ups, sit-ups, squats again. Let me just double check. One Punch Man workout, because it is modified. Yeah, it is just push-ups. It's just these 4 things. And then for the cardio part of the One Punch Man workout, I'm gonna save that for the end, cause I don't want to exhaust myself in the beginning before I can even do these other, you know, intensive, 100 sit-ups and 100 push-ups. What do you guys think? What's more interesting? Doing all 100 sit-ups in one go, in like different sets, and breaking it into like what, 5 sets of 20 reps, or cycling it, like alternating it. So it'd be like 20 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 squats, and then 20 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 squats. I feel like that feels more like you're rotating the muscle groups so that it gives your muscles a chance to kind of recover. I kind of do like that a little bit better. Because if I just do all sit-ups all in one, like all 100 all in one sitting, like my muscles are gonna be so burned out, like so gassed by the 4th or 5th set. Whereas like if you rotate it, yeah, you'll still be tired because you've exerted so much energy, but it's kind of giving the muscles a chance, the muscle groups get a chance to kind of breathe for a second while you focus on something else. So sit-ups are like mostly the core and like the back, lower back. And then push-ups, again, arms, upper strength. Squats is a bit of like everything, core, thighs. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think that's a good way to kind of keep it balanced. Just kind of talking out loud, sharing my logic. Yeah, I think that would be good. I think that would be good where you do that. Splitting it up helps. Yeah, that's the logic that I was thinking. Yeah, because like by the time you finish your sit-up and then you do your push-ups, you know, your core will have like a little bit of time to kind of reset itself. Because then when you do squats, you're also engaging your core. So it's still activating it. You're still getting a pretty good workout. This is definitely going to be a workout for sure, especially the 10 kilometer cardio. I'll be on a bike, but again, last week we tested how long it would take me to basically cycle on a indoor stationary bike, how long it would take me to get like 6 to 10 miles. And I don't know if it's accurate. The tension control was pretty high, so that could contribute. But we're kind of winging it. We're eyeballing it. That's why it's a modified workout. I'm not sure how reliable the Lanos machine is in tracking distance. So we're taking it with a grain of salt. So 6 miles, 10 miles. What was it? 6 miles took about 30 to 40 minutes, and then I cycled a little bit more until I hit like 10 miles on the machine, and that took about like an hour. Took about a whole full hour. So just thinking out loud, according to the machine, if it took me about 40 minutes to get to 6 miles. Let me think. Actually, I need to write this down because I'm a visual person. Alright, so 6 miles. It took me, let's just say like I don't know, it was like 40 to 45. It's like just like 40 minutes, more or less. And then for 10 miles, it was was like an hour and 20 minutes is how I finished. It was 1 hour and 20 minutes. So the difference is 4 miles. Now I'm just like calculating. I should be doing this offline. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. You guys get to see how terrible my math is. So the difference is from 6 miles to 10 miles is 4 miles, and then the difference in time is like what? Is that 40 minutes? Wow, did I cycle for another 40 minutes? Wait. Wow, I really did. So the difference is also 40 minutes. So, okay. By this logic, it seems like, according to this machine, anyways, 1 mile is about 10 minutes. That's not too bad, give or take. 10 miles, according to this stationary bike, this really, really old stationary bike, is about 10 miles is 10 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes, my bad. 10 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes to cycle 1 mile, approximately. I used to try to hit 10 miles in 25 minutes on a bike. Oh, what? What? Then yeah, I'd be going really fast. Oh man. I don't know if the tension control has anything to do or contribute with the distance on this machine. So I'm not entirely sure. But I'm just gonna kind of wing it and say on this bike, 1 minute is about 10 minutes. Or 1 mile. 1 mile. 1 mile is about 10 minutes. Words. Oh, it's about 280 watts? Oh, I'm not even calculating my watts. What? I don't think I'll be calculating watts. Or what is the benefit of calculating watts? Calculating watts. Because I'm not really, oh, I guess it's like generating energy. The thing about this, what is it, the stationary bike though, is that it's not hooked up to any like machine that could convert that power into like any kind of voltage or anything. So I guess it's more about like calculating, oh, how much energy did you create? That needs to be a thing. That needs to be a thing. We should be able to like all generate electricity through exercise. Wow, electric companies would like absolutely hate us or hate anyone who generates their own, has their own mini grid and doesn't have to rely on a private sector. Ooh, wow. What a thought. The next thing you know, I am not here. Oh, okay, power. Oh, the wattage. I see. The wattage is the most direct. Oh, okay. So that would incorporate the tension control because I have it set at 8 out of 10. It's a little dial that makes it like easier or harder to pedal. Oh snap! I need to double check if this machine has wattage. Oh, give me a second. We're about to figure out. Because other than that, today's workout is pretty much for the most part concluded. I think a 5-minute stretch would be nice just to kind of like conclude it, but let me check the wattage, the watt counter, the thing that counts the watt. I don't even know if it has it. It doesn't look like it has it, it just says speed, time, distance, and calories. Speed, time, distance, and calories. Let me just triple check. So we have speed is like how fast you're pedaling. The time is like the elapsed time. The distance, I don't even know if it's kilometers or miles, honestly. I'm thinking it's miles. I don't know even. Calories and wait, what's the pole? I actually don't know what the pole stands for. There's a PUL next to the calories, and I don't know what that stands for. I should probably look up like, or I don't have the user manual anymore. The manual for the Lanos stationary bike. I guess I could look it up. I can do that later and see if it's counting by miles or kilometers. Yeah, something to do. But all right. All right, so. Oh, right. No. I have to do I want to do the 25 to see how that feels. Okay, I'm fully recovered. We're going to do 25 squats and see how that feels. All right. Then we'll conclude with a 5-minute stretch and kind of figure out what's a good workout for the One Punch Man, a modified workout version of it. And then if you guys want to try it or incorporate it, totally welcome. You don't have to, but it's there to motivate you, inspire you. Maybe you want to come up with your own One Punch Man alternative or do the original One Punch Man as recommended. Most machines before 2020 don't measure power. Yeah, this one is definitely an older model. Yeah, it's an old. It works, honestly. The Lanos brand. I mean, it was affordable. Got it. Not a big deal, and just need something to cycle on, I guess. So I didn't look too much into like the latest one or anything like that. But I like it. It's a good one. It's not super heavy, and it's pretty compact. Like you can fold it up pretty well, like most of them. It's not bulky. I think that's why I liked it. It's not very bulky. So yeah, it's a good stationary bike to use, and we're gonna use it just so that I can get the the cardio portion of the One Punch Man workout, right? Because I don't think I want to run around and try to run 10 kilometers for the workout, but I think cycling would be good. And like I have been doing in the past, we get to chat a lot about various topics that come up. And as you guys, well, I don't know if you were here for it live type, but there's a lot of topics that can be discussed during the, I don't know, 45-minute cycling. Wait, actually I need to calculate. If it's 10 kilometers, yeah, about 45. I'm trying to think. Do I wanna cycle for 45 minutes? Do I want to do 6 miles or 10 miles? Because I'm not sure if I need to double check. I think that's why I can't make a decision yet, because I don't know if it's calculating kilometers or miles yet. So once I figure that out, I'll have a better sense of, oh, okay, then I'll just cycle for 40 some minutes as opposed to like a full 1 hour and 20 minutes. Because that's a good chunk of the stream already just for the cardio. Yeah, I'll have to stay pretty focused. That'll be really interesting, especially since I like to yap. Oh boy, there's gonna be so much yapping. Gosh, I'm surprised that some of these workout streams have been about, what, 4 hours? About 4 hours, more or less. Let me double check. Let me see. Most of the workout streams have been, oh, hey! Hey, Crazy Mike, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. I don't know why the alerts are not working. That's sad. Hold on. I'm gonna... Why didn't the stream alert go off? No. I got... Oh, what? Hey, yo? What's going on? Wait, why can't I play your alert notification? That's so weird. Yo, I don't know what's going on with the alert system. So weird. That's actually a bit distressing for me. I don't know what's going on. Huh. But thank you for the follow. Wait, is it here? Oh my gosh, it's not here. What's going on? Man, I thought I fixed it too. Gosh darn. Oh man. Hold on. Let me see something. This is very strange. Wow. Oh, that's so weird. It like didn't register in my StreamElements. What's going on? Oh well, that's fine, that's fine. It is what it is. Herp derp. Dang. I was even gonna like try to like replay. I was gonna try to replay the alert. Oh man, I'm big sad. Big sad. What's going on? Huh. What is going on? It didn't do this last time. Oh shoot. Yeah, but I appreciate the follow. And it's not even showing up on Twitch either. This is kind of sad, actually. Ah, the technical problems just never stop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not even showing up on Twitch. That's so weird. I could try something, but I don't know if I'm gonna regret it, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to like get rid of this and see, maybe like disconnect. Wait, oh, what? All right, yep, nope, can't figure it out. Nope, not an easy fix. Scuff moments are so real though. Okay. That's also me stalling because I still need to do 25 reps and of squats, so cries. Here we go. We're gonna just go ahead and do the whatchamacallit, the squats, because I want to see if I can do 25. And if I do 25 repetitions of squats, I should ideally be able to do 25 of sit-ups and push-ups to just make it nice and even, so I don't have to do 5 sets. I could just do 4 sets of 25 and be done with the 100. But seeing as how like push-ups are gonna be my worst nightmare, I'm not completely confident if I can or want to do 25 push-ups. Is gonna be something. It's definitely gonna be a challenge for sure. But we're gonna try. I'm gonna figure something out and update that for next week. Okay. 25. I got this. Stop stalling, Plow. You got this. No more talk. Just do. Just get her done. Got this. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, Gym Buddy Poe has been like, I've been here. I don't know what y'all been doing, but I've been here squatting for like, while you're just trying to figure out stuff. Okay, Gym Buddy Poe. All right, 25. Oh, there it is. Oh my God, it worked. Let's go. Oh my God, what? How? What? How did that even happen? Wait, what? Yo, the alerts worked. Let's go. It's just a little slow. It's just a little delayed. That's all it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. That's so weird. Like I got. It said you followed and subscribed. I was like, where's the notification? Lies, blasphemy. It's like when Poe promised us, planks, and it took 1 year for Poe to come through with the planks. But you know what my motto is? Better late than never. So late you may be, but at least you are here. Thank you. Cool. Awesome. The alerts did work. All right, okay, now back to the freaking reps. Another distraction. It's like even the universe is saying "chotomate" to squats. Okay, here we go. 25. All right, I got this. Okay, I got this. There's one. Wait, just a minute. I need some music. Wait a minute, it's not working. I'm messing up left and right. I just want to have. All right, I think I think it's working now. There should be, if I'm not mistaken, there should be some music. Okay, all right. I won't even count that first squat because I got distracted again. Here we go, back to 0. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, oh my god, 23, do I? 24, 25, yo, at like 20, my arms did not want to go up. Oh my goodness, y'all. Was that 25? That was 25, right? But like, when I'm so exhausted, I don't even know how to count. I probably will have like an identity crisis. Like, who am I? Where am I? What is this? What was I doing? Who are you people? It's like a Patrick moment when he comes home from the grocery store and finds all these people. Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking as I was doing these squats. I'm like, just focus on the goal. Just focus on the goal. You're gonna be strong. You're gonna be strong. You can do it. Like, that was like my mental dialogue in my head. It was good. No, it's for sure. It's good. I'm just trying to figure out, can I sustain this 4 times after doing other workouts? Because I think we all agree that we're gonna kind of cycle it. It's gonna be 20 or 25 sit-ups, and then 20 to 25 push-ups, and then 20 to 25 squats, and then we'll do it, you know, that's like gonna be like 1, and then we'll do it again. So depending, if I do 20 repetitions of everything, I would need to do 5 sets, so that's total 100 of everything. If I do, and my brain really wants to do the like, I just want to do it 4 sets, everything 25, right? 25 sit-ups, 25 push-ups, 25 squats, and then just be done with it. But then after I'm like exhausted from just plowing through, I need to do cardio for, I don't know, it's either like gonna be 40 minutes to like an hour and 20 minutes to complete the 6.2 miles, which is like 10-kilometer running, because this is the One Punch Man challenge. And you know what's wild is that technically, and obviously this is a modified version, this workout is according to One Punch Man, and this is why he worked out until he's bald. Like, baldness is fine, by the way, but so he just like did this workout every day. He's doing this every day. I'm just trying to survive one Wednesday of the week. One Wednesday. I'm just trying to do this once a week, and I'm already like struggling. But yeah, no, the results I think will be pretty good. I will have plenty of days during the week to recover while, you know, going about getting things done. So it'll be good. I'll definitely have my rest days to recover, and I should be good. Am I gonna work on? Oh, but there is Baldette. Hold on. Baldette though. Okay, so there is this is new lore. This has to be new lore. Everything is coming together. Everything makes sense now. For the longest time, people were like talking about bald VTubers, and I didn't get it, except it is funny. But after a while, you're just like, okay, you remove the hair, and it's, you know, that's it. But now that there's like lore, it makes it that much more real. Like, yes, there's lore to it. It's not just for nonsense. It makes sense because One Punch Man exercised to a point of baldness. It's coming full circle. Everything just makes sense. I love these moments. It's pretty serendipitous. I've had moments like this as well with other things regarding my lore. And it's pretty interesting. Maybe someday, 10 years from now, I'll write the story and share it with you guys. Who knows? Y'all, maybe for like the end of the One Punch Man workout, like on the last day, right? It's gonna be 14 days and it'll drag out for a few months. I'll have to figure out how to like remove my... Actually, can I test it? Can you guys like give me a second? Let me see if I can... Let me just see. I think I should be able to. Oh no, I can't. Not like this. I wouldn't be able to do it right now because I'd have to edit the actual model. Alright. I think I know. I'd have to create a bald version of this one, of me. And then Baldette has come full circle. There's actual lore. There's a reason why I'm bald now. It's not just for nonsense and for the tee-hees. There's a story. There's depth. There's character development. I love it. It's great. It's not just 6'7" or Skibbity Toilet. It's character development. Alright, okay, I'm good. I will have to figure this out. I will really have to see and question my sanity. Do I want to torture myself with 20 repetitions and 5 sets? Or do I just want to like load up on carbs, load up on like protein, and then just do 25 repetitions, 4 sets, and maybe I wonder if I can like feel myself in between a workout. I don't know if that's safe. I don't know if I should. I was like thinking mid-workout, should I eat like half a banana, or should I like get some kind of you know, because like certain athletes or I'm trying to think, I think it's like cyclists where they're like long distance and they're trying to keep going. They'll like consume what is it? It's like kind of like a jelly, but basically it's like sugars. It has like nutrients to continue fueling, so they don't have to like stop before they, you know, reach their destination. Because there's a... Do you guys know what konjac jelly is? Konjac jelly? I love konjac jelly. But I don't know if konjac jelly is intended to be used for workouts, or if it's more to be used for like an after workout, post-workout snack. And it's so funny. The reason why I started laughing is I looked up konjac jelly, and it literally says choking hazard for children and swallowing disorders and blood sugar levels. Like, you can have high blood sugar levels. And like earlier when I took a sip of water for the water break, freaking water just goes down the air pipe, wrong pipe. Fighting for my life just to breathe. So I'm worried, like, what if I just, what if I die from konjac jelly on stream? Like, I just don't return for 20 minutes as I'm trying to fight for my life. Trying to survive this One Punch Man workout. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe no to konjac jelly. I think maybe I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. Not again. Not like this. I'm good. We're good. But yeah, konjac jelly's great. It has, you know, vitamin C, collagen. It's like a little treat. It's pretty good. I like the one that I get from like a Korean market. The Korean marketplace has some really cute konjac jelly. Like the packaging is really cute. It's like also there's some brands that are very minimalistic. All right, I will figure that out, I suppose. Okay. That is the question. Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, konjac is like kind of a plant. It is a plant, and it's made into like a gelatin. And then the gelatin is what we know as konjac. Konjac is it's a root vegetable, actually. It's a plant, root vegetable. It's low in calorie, low in carbs. Oh, you can even get Japanese style noodles that are made from this like root vegetable, and it has some benefits. Oh, I have heard, yeah, I've also heard of this. It can lower cholesterol, supposedly. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see. I think I remember this in Japan, in certain restaurants, especially if it's like a vegetarian meal, or if it's just like on the side, you'll get like this little piece of like, it's like a square or like a cube, and it has like this grayish color, like it looks like the root, and then it's like kind of speckled, and I always wondered what was that. And yeah, it's from the konjac plant. And I'm like, oh, now I know. And I've always loved whatever that was, and now I know what it is. Okay. It's like when I first discovered the jackfruit. Jackfruit is pretty good as well. Jackfruit! But you can't really get jackfruit in America. Most of it is imported. From where? I'm not sure. Maybe the Philippines, maybe Malaysia, maybe somewhere in China, because China also grows jackfruit as well. But okay, I digress. Alright. La 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 la. It is time to stretch. I will retire Gym Buddy Po. Alright, Po. Gym Buddy Po worked hard. Good job, Gym Buddy Po, for showing us the way to excellent form and safety, injury prevention. So I guess right now we will. Oh. Whatchamacallit? We're gonna stretch for like 5 minutes, I suppose. Yeah, I guess we'll just wind down. Yeah, this is a pretty good workout, I suppose. It wasn't like the normal workout. Again, it's been modified because today is the last workout for this beginner workout series that also covered kind of what I owed the community for donating to the charity. So yay! All the information is should be in the VOD description, and if there's any questions that you guys have regarding anything, just let me know. It's all good. Yeah, sometimes I do wonder, like, what are some questions you guys have, or what I guess it's kind of a weird question to ask people, but like like if you're a restaurant and you ask people, why do you keep coming back to the restaurant? It's obvious, like, oh well, I like the food here and it's pretty nice. Seems kind of obvious, right? But sometimes I have some questions like that. I was like, I wonder if there's something that is like, they're hoping to see, or maybe they want to learn something that I haven't covered yet. I know a lot of the discussion topics that I mentioned earlier have been floating in my mind this week, and those are definitely very interesting topics to cover. I just don't know how to cover it or how to talk about it in a way that would accurately represent the topic from a non-expert perspective. And that's me being overthinking and perfectionist. I'll go ahead and start the timer for a 5-minute stretch. So if you would like to join me, please do. You can go ahead and just do another body scan, check in with yourself after everything today. Whether you're coming home from work, maybe you're in a different time zone, maybe it's late, maybe it's early in the morning if you're, in a different country, or if it's nighttime, just do a body scan. And yeah, so I have all these topics that I want to talk about. I just don't know how to. And as I talk about it, I am stretching, doing that nice hamstring / thigh stretch that I like so much. And basically involves taking your ankle from one leg, putting it on top of your opposite leg's thigh, and then you just kind of press your knee down. Again, do it with care. If you have any sort of sensitivity or injuries, please be mindful of that. I wouldn't want you to force yourself to do anything that you don't need to do. So don't injure yourself. Maybe you have a stretching routine that you already rely on and works for you. Go ahead. This is a good time to do that. Yeah, any tension that you're holding from the week, from the day, you can just kind of observe it, maybe address it in some way. Earlier today, before streaming, I noticed that again, the muscle tension in my shoulder, and I did something called like the door frame stretch. And so sometimes when I don't know what to do about a certain muscle pain or whatever, I'll look on YouTube and I'll look for some, fitness trainer, or maybe there's a channel that's like medical related, like it's a doctor or a facility or like a university, and they give some pretty interesting tips. So the door frame stretch is kind of like you put your arm like an L shape on the door frame, and then the rest of your body leans forward into the doorway, and then you get this nice stretch that just kind of like pulls your shoulder gently back and allows your shoulder blade to kind of like get an extra stretch. So that's been very helpful for when I need something to address a little bit of muscle tension. Oh, peanuts. I think I showed you guys or talked to you guys about peanuts. There is equipment, or you can just make a peanut and then you roll it along your spine, and it helps decompress the spinal cord. And if you've ever experienced a little bit of like spinal decompression, it's so comforting. There's so much release. You almost feel a little bit taller and you feel a little bit more lighter. It's really nice. Spinal compression is something that can cause a lot of like back pain and spinal pain. So to be able to release some of that tension that we get or build up throughout the day is a good way to address small things in our body, small tensions. Yeah, so you could possibly even look up, what are some stretches that help release the spinal cord or spinal area in a safe way, obviously in a way that doesn't cause further injury or damage to whatever pre-existing condition you have. So you definitely want to, take care, be mindful, and listen to your body, and look for reliable sources and advice. maybe you have a doctor or a person or a personal trainer or fitness person that you go to that gives you pretty solid advice, and always, you know, run a critical thinking check, like, does this make sense to me? Is this something that you know, is this something that makes sense? You know, what's the intention? Things like that. But yeah, so a lot of topics still kind of floating in my mind. Hopefully they'll be addressed. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and show here some of the topics that I had mentioned from last week. These are like journaling points, or if you don't like to journal or you don't really like to write things down, you can also just reflect on these internally. But I think writing things down is helpful. I didn't get a chance to go over the stress management workshop that I went to this week, but it was about recognizing stress. Oh, there we go. So that was 5 minutes of stretching. I feel really good. I hope this was an opportunity for others lurking, listening, tuning in, participating in their own space in the comfort of their own, you know, home or wherever you are. I hope there was some benefit. I hope there was more of a net benefit than a net, well, I just hope there was a benefit and not a deficit, right? Like if whatever I say or whatever content or topic I talk about is more distressing and negative, then obviously, you know, don't torture yourself. But if it was insightful and not overwhelming and gave you some perspective or allowed you to reflect on something that you've been putting off, maybe it's something you've been meaning to address or find a way to have a space to talk about or think about, or have an opportunity to think about something such as like, oh, well, you know, stress. I didn't think about my stress and how it impacts me. Or, you know, I haven't thought about other ways to regulate my emotions except for just coping in the ways that I have. Maybe this is kind of your sign to allow yourself to learn, you know, ways, methods, tips, techniques, tools from, you know, psychology. Maybe there's a book in the library that can help give you some perspective or advice on how to navigate an emotion, a situation, relationship dynamics, things like that. Just encouraging more solutions as opposed to feeling that you're not able to be proactive in whatever situation you find yourself in. But definitely give yourself the time and the grace. You know, don't be hard on yourself for not knowing things you don't know, but also put in the effort to, you know, grow and learn from experiences. Yeah? So, yep. Looking forward to sharing and still going over some of these talking points in the future, right? Definitely, for example, number 8, I have tried some new methods and techniques to address, you know, some stress, which is the circle breathing that I mentioned earlier. Some other methods that I've applied would include, you know, self-learning, like learning about a topic related to health, emotion, and stuff. So yeah, these are some ways. And there's a bunch of other things to do. Just being educated and informed. But definitely something I need to put on my bucket list is to look into and read about, follow up with item number 10, which I added here. So yeah, mental health and culture. Well, that's about it for now. Yep. I think that's it. I think I covered everything I wanted to. Hope it was insightful. I've been told that my streams act more like a podcast, which is actually good as well, but it also makes me wonder if I should just like pre-record things and have my thoughts more organized and everything written out nice and neat, so it's like really nice to listen to, and you guys don't have to deal with my human scuff the mistakes, the technical errors, the weirdness of being human, and just have everything super polished as a true podcast. But that also takes a lot of work as well. Oh boy, so much to do. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Well, yeah, yapping always. There's something very universal about I guess it's like sitting around a campfire, sharing stories, experiences from, our, like, I guess the term is lived experiences, like we went through it. And so this is our, experience, this is our perspective, this is how we've come to terms with whatever we experienced. And knowledge sharing in that way is pretty universal. I think it's a pretty universal experience. So yeah, feel free to share any thoughts in the future. More than welcome to. I do have a marshmallow, so I feel like I go really fast. I feel like I talk about things really fast, and I move along pretty quickly. And I think part of that in reflection is I don't really like dead air. And it's kind of hard because I'm not actually speaking to a person in front of me with like a face, so it's hard to take social cues. I've talked about back channeling, and if you don't know what back channeling is, basically back channeling is in any social interaction, and most cultures have a version of back channeling. It's where you're nodding, you're engaging, like blinking, nodding, looking at the speaker, saying oh yeah, like these little kind of comments to let the speaker know that, oh hey, I'm still here, I got you, I'm listening, oh okay. And if a person is like furrowing their eyebrows, you can kind of tell like, oh, this is upsetting them, I will stop. And we do lose that a little bit in the digital space. You can't hear a person's tone. You don't know about like a backhanded comment that looks innocent on the surface. It's just a lot of little sarcasm. It's hard to read, and then there's also different cultural things as well going on. But and then you just have folks like me that are just lost all the time, like all the time. I don't know where I'm at. So, yerp. Trying to think. Anything else? What to expect? I think next week is gonna be the One Punch Man challenge that Wednesday. So, and then after that, for this month in April, there are some LGBTQIA plus topics that I would like to share and go over in a sort of like, hey, this is kind of cool, check it out, did you know? It's kind of like that, as opposed to like an actual formal classroom setting. It's more of just like a presentation and sharing resources and ideas and concepts, and fostering acceptance. So yeah, I think it was it was this Monday, actually, 2 days ago, just this Monday, we talked about asexuality for International Asexuality Day. That was on Monday, April 6th. And then for the 19th of April, that is going to be a Sunday. It's Non-Binary Parents Day. That is quite a doozy, because parenting as its own like field of study, and like what is good parenting, right? We never really got that growing up, so it is good to know and learn, because it's not just about like, oh, you need to be a parent to learn about parenting. Not necessarily. You can also learn about like how to be like a healthy adult, like how to communicate with like younger people, without being creepy. And this is so weird in the social climate that we're in right now. Release the files! Gosh darn it. And once you release the files, there needs to be some sort of follow-up, I suppose. But I think that lack of accountability being reflected in large-scale society, like a larger scale in society, is deeply, deeply troubling on many fronts. But we still try. We still try to do better. We are in the time of the Kali Yuga. That's like the only way I can rationalize the horrors of the world. I don't know. It's pretty bad, actually. It's a system. It's by design. Anyways, yeah. So also April 24th, that week is Lesbian Visibility Day, but I am choosing one day, which will be the 24th, which is Friday, to kind of talk about lesbians, and then kind of the origin, like where did it come from, and in which cultures and countries does this exist, and I kind of want to deep dive a little bit on that, because it took me many years to realize that the word lesbian comes from like Greece. There's like an island called Lesbos, yeah, and I just didn't know that. I always wonder, like, where are these words coming from? Like, what? And so finding acceptance and diversity, and there's a lot of really great examples of queer people who have amazing lives and are doing great things and showcasing pretty awesome things, like raising children and providing resources to these communities of people, and helping to bring education and awareness on topics related to the human experience, which is LGBTQIA and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of intersections. Intersection being your ethnicity, your heritage, mixed with your identity as like a person, relating to your orientation, your personal identification as a whether you're queer, straight, hetero, homosexual, etc., whatever, trans. Yeah, a lot of intersections, right? I think it's fascinating. So I will share more about that. Hopefully that'll go well. Still need to prep and make sure that the content is worth your while. And I will be bringing back the genderbread person. Boy, oh boy, do I love the genderbread person. I hope you guys enjoy the genderbread person as much as I do, because it is great. Shout out to Sam Killerman for compiling / baking the genderbread person. All right, well, I think that's it for now. Just want to thank everyone for tuning in, being here, doing your best in your day-to-day life, spending time with me here, lurking, listening, participating, chatting with me, so I'm not so lonely. Yeah. It's really great to meet you, Crazy Mike. Hope you enjoyed today's stream, and look forward to future streams, as well as any of the previous streams that might pique your interest. But yeah, so look forward to getting to know you guys and sharing some more information for you guys to enrich your life. Yeah, because we all deserve to be informed, right? Okie dokie, that's all I have for today. Jamantane, and I'm looking forward to more time together learning and figuring things out. Yeah, okay. Jamantane. See you. Have a wonderful rest of your night, day. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.